I tell you, do not invest until you have fixed this. How are you all doing today? Happy Thursday. One more day to the end of the week. How are you all doing? I tell you, do not invest until you have done this. You need to fix this first before you start investing. How are you doing today? Welcome. And I'll put on the music so that we can get it a little bit more fun. Welcome in. You're just meeting me. I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology. I help professionals turn their 9 to 5 income into real wealth. So good to have you. Vidal gang, welcome in. How are you doing today? John, welcome in and thank you for the follow. And of course, welcome to the family. Thank you for tapping out the live, sharing out the live, and doing all of that in between. So good to have you. And tonight, I want to tell you something. Do not invest until you have learned this. You have done this. You have learned this habit. Everybody tells you to invest, including myself, because investing is the only way that can help you grow your money, right? Bibiana, welcome in, right? The investing is the only way for you to grow your money. If all that you do is save, you are losing it to inflation. You are losing it to inflation is at 3.8% in the United States, and in some other countries, it's even at double digit. It means it's the rate at which you lose your money every single time, right? That's what it means, right? So investing is the only way you grow your money. However, even when you invest, right, and you realize before you invest, you need to do these things, otherwise you do it the wrong way. Welcome in. How are you doing? Happy Friday. Happy Thursday, happy Friday to some people in other countries. And welcome in. And tonight it's about everyone tells you to invest, including myself. Venom, welcome in. Caleb, welcome in. Everyone tells you to invest, right? But then they tell you to buy stocks, open a brokerage account, right? Start building wealth, right? Because it helps you to build wealth. But what if I told you something that for some people, investing is not the first move? Investing is a wrong move for them. How does that sound? It sounds like, oh, what are you saying? Exactly. Come and learn this today, and you would understand the reason why. Part of the reason why you might be financially stressed is because you started investing at the wrong time. You started investing when you are supposed to have done certain things. Welcome. Tonight we have both the YouTube community and then we have the TikTok community. So good to have each and every one of us tonight. Awesome. So share the live, tap out the live, invite your friends, subscribe if you haven't. Right, subscribe over here if you haven't, because we are building. This is a community called the $1 Million League, right? Jeanette, welcome in, and all 19 people on the YouTube side, welcome in. Subscribe if you've done that, and if you are just meeting me, I am Dr. Lina. Let me know where you're connecting from. I'm in Texas, in the United States. So good to have you. Developer Wale, how are you doing? Insight, welcome in. MX Coley, welcome in. Caleb, welcome in. And everyone, let me know the country, the state, the city where you're connecting from. I am in Texas, in the United States. Subscribe, follow, tap out the live, share out the live. And tonight we're talking about, what if I tell you that you might not have business in investing, right? You might not be, if you are investing, you might be doing the wrong thing, because that might be the reason why you're financially stressed, because there has to be a certain time. You have to pause, do not invest until you have done this. Tosaino, welcome in. Ola, welcome in. Soso, welcome in. Welcome in. Follow, subscribe if you haven't done that and you're just meeting me. I'm Dr. Lina, Doctor of Business and Technology, and I help professionals turn their income into real wealth. So let's go into it. This is almost like a series. Canada, shout out. How are you doing, Canada? Welcome in. Jennifer, welcome in. Thank you for subscribing to the channel, and thank you for the follow. So let's go straight into it. Why do I tell you not to invest? Why? Or why would anybody? Because inflation is, if all that you do is saving your money in the bank, know that that's even the worst. Saving your money in the bank is the worst, because you are definitely getting 0.01%. That's the interest you're getting. But then inflation is at 3.8%. Ooh, 3.8%. That's what inflation. It means this is the rate at which you're losing your money. Cute Sammy, welcome in. Thank you for tapping out the live, sharing out the live. That's the rate at which you are losing your money. So you just putting your money in the bank, it does one thing. It helps with protection. That's all that it does. But it doesn't help you grow your money. Veronica, welcome in, right? It helps you understand this. Investing help you grow your money. JP, welcome in. Sister, welcome in. But investing grows your money. Savings protects your money. It doesn't grow your money. Unfortunately, what if I also tell you that when you save your money, even though you put it in savings account, you think that it's safe, you are also losing money. Freedom, welcome in. Bentley, welcome in. When you save, you put it in the Bank of America, Chase, and all of those big banks. You might think it's safe. Unfortunately, you are losing at least 3.8% as of today. What do I mean? You are losing it to inflation. What does inflation mean? Inflation is the rate at which you lose your currency loses value every single year, and it's forced. As a matter of fact, every economy will tell you that they try to force it at 2% every year. That's what they do, right? It is just to balance the economy. It's called the micro economy, not the macro, right? The micro, God's grace welcoming. So it is forced by each country to say that, okay, we want inflation to be at this rate. We don't want it to be too high, but it has to be there. That's how they control the economy. So you cannot control it. I cannot control it, basically. So it means that you are losing your money, but you cannot control it. Then how then do you protect your money? Basically, that would be the question. How then do I keep my money safe? How then do I protect it at the same time? Two ways that you can protect it and save it and grow it at the same time. Two ways is you put it in an IU savings account. Mr. Shen, welcome in. DJ, welcome in. Donovan, welcome in. Thank you for tapping out the light, sharing out the light. And my YouTube community, welcome in as well. And thank you for subscribing to the channel as well, right? So what then do you do with inflation? Understanding that it's an inherent risk. It stays there. You cannot change it. Mary, welcome in. You cannot change anything about it. What can you do? You edge against this. How do you edge against it? You look for ways that you can grow it, that, if you are losing it at 3.8, as of 2 weeks ago, it was 3.3%. As of today, is at 3.8%. It might even go further, right? It means that the economy is going worse. Basically, that's what it means. But people welcome in. Yeah. So that's what it basically means. So how do you now make sure that your money is protected and you are still growing it? Edge against the inflation. How do you edge against inflation? It simply means that you're growing your money. You're putting it either in an IU savings account. IU savings account, it's your regular bank account. It keeps your money safe, but at the same time, it grows your money, right? It keeps it safe, but it's going to be like it gives you about 3 to 5% return. That's what it gives you. Inflation, it gives you 3 to 5%. So you know that at least you can edge against inflation. You're not losing your money. You are not growing your money. Fiona, welcome in. User, welcome in. Crovelet, welcome everyone in. Yeah, you're not losing your money, but you are not losing, you're not gaining. Basically, your money is not growing. You're not passing, you are not failing, right? You are not passing, you are not failing. That's what you're basically doing. The P5, welcome in and thank you for tapping out the live. So how then do you now, so IU service account is the basic, that's the minimum. It keeps your money protected, right? Keep your money protected, and it doesn't grow it so much, it gives you 3 to 5%. It's your regular bank account, but it just returns something higher than your regular bank account, which is Bank of America, Chase, which gives you 0.01%. 0.01% on just to bring it to perspective, $10,000, which is $27 a day, right? For 365 days, if you save that, that's $10,000. If you save that and you put it in investing for a whole year, guess what you're going to get on your bank account? You get 0.01%. Put in the comments if you get anything higher than that, because I need to know that bank, right? And what is that return in dollars? It simply means that you are getting a freaking $1 on your $10,000. $1 is what you get for a whole year, keeping that money in the bank. But guess what? Inflation is at 3.8%. It means that you are losing your money you are losing $380, right? Which is 3.8%, right? You are losing $380, but you are gaining, you are just getting a profit of you're getting $1. So you are losing at least $379 of your $10,000 every single year, even though you think that your money is safe in the bank. No, it is not. Inflation is taking that $380, but your increase should be it's at 0.01%, which is $1. So then what then should you do, right? Understanding this, having this clarity, it's something called you have to make sure that your money is growing. How can you grow your money? It's something called investing, right? But then we also understand something that investing, there is a risk coming with investing. Donovan, thank you for tapping out the live, sharing out the live. Blessing, welcome to the party. Thank you all for doing that, right? Understanding this, right, that inflation takes that away, but investing, there is also the risk. Is it that you keep it safe or you do investing, right? Investing, you can lose your money. I can tell you that you can lose your money to the stock market investing, because I have lost I lost $99,000 and 900 and something cents. So that's how much I lost 6 years ago. So there is a risk when it comes to investing, but there is the standard risk, when it even comes to with you just leaving things in the back. There is the standard risk of inflation. So, but this one on the other hand, so I have come into a place where I am not investing heavily in the stock. I'm still investing in the stock market, but in something called smart investing, a smarter way of investing. But before we get there, what are the things, which is the topic of today? What are the things you need to avoid before you even start investing? You don't have any business in investing until you have fixed this, right? And I'll go quickly on it because this is almost like the second part of this. We talked about it earlier today. So typically, I am just doing a pop-up live tonight. Typically, I am here between 12:30 Central Time. That's when lunchtime, that's when I'm here. But tonight, I just wanted to close up what we started. But for the purpose of people that are just joining, just meeting me, that have not learned about this, I'll just quickly go into it. Because everyone tells you to do what? Invest. Buy stock, open a brokerage account, right? Start building wealth. But what if I told you something that for some people, investing is not the right move for them? Yes, savings is not the right move because you are losing it to inflation. JHQ, welcome in. Welcome in. So good to have you. Mami, welcome in. Welcome to the party. Tonight we are talking about when should you start investing. Avoid investing until you are done. What are the things that you need to avoid, right, before you start investing? You need to fix these things before you start thinking of investing, because that might be the reason why you're financially stressed. Thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the family. Jola, welcome to the family. And everyone tapping on. Please, how do I contact you? Send me a DM right there. Send me a DM right there. I would respond to you, or someone within my team would respond to you. Thank you so much for being a part of the party. And thank you all for tapping out the live, sharing out the live. So we tell you that invest, but I tell you do not invest, right? Until you have fixed this, right? What are those things? Because for some people, investing is not the first move. It's not the right move for them. Because if your financial foundation is broken, right? Investing would fix it. So it means that you have to fix your financial foundation first before we are even talking about investing. Financial foundation. Thank you all for tapping out the live, sharing out the live. Lola, thank you. Welcome in. Thank you for doing all of that. Sharing out the live. Get your daily at me. Tap out the live. Share out the live. Invite your friend. Let them come and learn things that they need to. All those people that they've been telling you invest, and they're still saying that you're struggling, right? These might be the reason why investing is not for them. This might just be the reason, because they are investing at the wrong time, right? So, first of all, know that investing is not going to fix it. The first thing is, if you are living paycheck to paycheck, you don't have box battle. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you for being a part of the family. So good to have you. So the first thing is that if you are living paycheck to paycheck, you might need to wait a little bit, because first of all, we need to fix some things first. We need to fix that paycheck to paycheck before we start investing. And you'll be like, oh, but Dr. Lina, you say you can invest with the $1. You would understand. So you want to stick around so you understand the entire cycle of what I'm saying. If you do not have an emergency fund in the era of, a lot of layoffs, right? Oracle fired how many? 30,000. What's the other one? Spirit Airline fired 17,000. It's not funny, but it is funny because these are 17,000 families impacted, 30,000 family impacted. Meta is laying off another 7,000. It is not funny because it is people's life, even though we're laughing, but that is a crying sort of laugh. What's it called? TikTok should find a way to have the crying one as well so that we would be crying, right? Because it is bad, 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 bad. All right, it's layoffs are happening right, left, and center. That's why it is more than ever. You need to have your emergency fund. If you do not have an emergency fund, you do not go fix the emergency fund first before you start investing. So that's the second thing. And that might be the reason why you are investing, but you are still financially stressed. The first one, I like your concept. Oh, thank you, Minso. Thank you. So good to have you here. Thank you so much for that. And thank you for tapping out the live, sharing out the live. Go to the gift gallery, follow if you haven't followed, go to the gift gallery, bless the life, get them go popular, and get this place popular so that we can get on the FYP. And this is for TikTok. Those on my YouTube community, you know what to do. Just share out the live and of course subscribe if you haven't done that. So good to have each and every one of us tonight. Awesome. Aniela, welcome in. Welcome to the party. Right? If you are living paycheck to paycheck, well, pause first of all. Wait, take a deep breath. Right? You would invest, but take a deep breath. The second thing, if you do not have your emergency fund right now in the current day and age, pause. Go and fix your emergency fund. Build that one first before you even start thinking of investing, right? That's the second thing. The third thing is that debt is controlling your life, right? You have a lot of debt. You have credit card 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we need to fix that first. And you understand the reason why I say this, right? Because you cannot be in debt. There's a word that says that the borrower is always the slave to the lender. Or it's always the slave to the lender. You want to be even beyond that. Think about it. You are investing, you're getting a 14-15% return, but your interest on your debt is at 25%. It means that you are investing, servicing a debt, right? What is the schedule of my life? Mesopas are typically here between 12:30 to 1 p.m. Central Time. That's when during lunchtime, right? But there are times I am here. I have pop-up lives, just like this, just so I can, whenever I have the time, basically. I have it like that. But definitely on Sundays, you don't want to miss Sundays. Sundays is family and finance and family. And it's going to be at about 8 p.m. Central Time. You don't want to miss that. It's a panel where people will come. Family, two big things that we were not taught. The two most important things in your life, right? Your family, which is married, children, and of course, finances. But we were not taught that. That we're going to be talking with the panel and all of that on Sundays at 8 p.m. Central Time. But normally, teaching like that is between 12:30 and 1 p.m. Central Time almost every day when I have time during my lunch hours. All right. So great. Folashade, welcome in. Awesome. Thank you for tapping out the live, sharing the live. Get the Go Popular. It costs you 1 cent. Get your daily at me as well. And my YouTube community, subscribe. How are you all doing? Let me know where you're connected. Serenity, how are you doing? So good to have you. DJA, welcome. And we are talking about what are the things you need to fix before you start investing. What are those things you need to fix before you start investing? That's what we're talking about tonight. So we said the first thing is that living paycheck to paycheck, pause before, take a deep breath. You do not have any business in investing while you're still living paycheck to paycheck, and paycheck to paycheck is very relative. So you want to stick around so that you can get the full gist and the full cycle. Awesome. So if you don't have an emergency fund, you want to take care of that, right? Before you don't have any business in investing, take care of that first. That is part of your foundation. It's just like a house, right? You cannot build a house and start laying the bricks without a foundation. This is by my son anyway. He made this, in church. So yeah, so I stole this from him, right? It's like a foundation, right? In your foundation, you start building, you start investing, you start buying real estate, and you don't fix your foundation. Trust me, it's going to crumble. And that might be the reason why you are financially straight. Let's tap out the life. Thank you all for tapping out the life, sharing out the life, the Go Popular, and of course the Go Daily Admin, and check the gift gallery as well. Whatever you can do, that would also be absolutely amazing, helping the life to get to the FYP and telling the algorithm you're finding this place valuable. If the debt is controlling your life, you don't have any business in investing. Go face the debt first. And we'll talk about the different methods, how you can face the debt. The other thing is that your income barely fix your lifestyle. So we will first of all fix that lifestyle. That lifestyle creep, that lifestyle inflation. Those are things that you need to fix. That discipline, right? That discipline. Every weekend there's a party, right? That is lack of discipline, right? You do not have any business to buy every single clothes or shoes or whatever. You don't have any business. You can simply take that money and use it to pay off those debt. First of all, before you start doing any other thing or try to impress others, nobody cares about you. You are the only one that cares about yourself. So awesome. So if your income barely covers your lifestyle, let's fix that lifestyle creep. We need to fix that before you start investing. So you need to fix your financial foundation problem. It's not an investing problem. Fix your financial foundation problem before you go ahead, before you start investing. You need to fix those things first before you start investing. Thank you for tapping out the live. Let's share out the live. Let's tap out the live. Can we get it to 5,000? Let's power tap. Let's power share. Power share means press my forehead on the screen. And this is for those on the TT side. Press my forehead on the screen, right, on your phone, and then you see your contact. Share it with them. Tap out the live as well. Tapping out is just press the screen non-stop. Jola, Joy, User, Mimi, Mami. Well, yes, let's do that. And for those on YouTube, subscribe if you haven't done that. We're talking about what are the things you need to fix before you can start investing. The P5, thank you for tapping out the live as always. And I did not forget you. Thank you for eating the gallery as well. Good luck. Welcome in. Share the live. And I think I would also, at this time, let me also share out the live as well. Since this is not my normal time, I will just quickly share the live as well. Just so I tell everyone we are out here. We are out here so they do not miss this. Yeah, so yeah, and that's how you share the live. You just press this, my forehead. Let's power share. Let's do the power share in one time. Let's do that. I'm just also doing the same thing on my end. It would be great to have everyone power share one time so that people can come learn what are the things. Why is Dr. Lina suddenly saying do not invest? Yes, that's because I want us to I want to ensure that you are investing at the right time. Okay. Almost there. I'm almost there. And let's keep tapping out the live. Let's share the live. Let's keep tapping out the live. And let's share out the live as well. All right. And I'm doing my own part here as well. While you do yours as well. Almost there. All right. Let's power share. Thank you for doing that. And let's tap out the live as well while we're doing that. Because this is not my normal time. That's why I have to share out the live right now. All right. Perfect. So I did do that. Let's do that as well. Press my forehead, share out the screen, and of course, and my YouTube, share with all your loved ones. Tap out the live, everyone. Share out the live. Everyone, we're talking about what are the things you need to fix before you start investing, because that might be the reason why you are not financially, that's why part of the reason why you are financially stressed. So we did talk about what are the things, the first things. If you are living paycheck to paycheck, pause before you start investing. Michael, welcome in. If you have no emergency fund, we need to fix that. Scarlett, welcome in. Eduardo, welcome in. If debt is controlling your life, fix that as well. And of course, if your income barely covers your lifestyle, fix that before you start investing heavily. All right, because you really do not have an investing problem. You just basically have, all of those other problems. It's more of a foundation problem. You need to fix the foundation of the problem before you start first, before you can fix. Mikey, thank you so much for the follow, and welcome to the family. So good to have you. George J. Kosi, welcome in as well. So investing is a powerful tool. Understand? Because remember, we said if your money is just in a savings account, you're losing it at 3.2%, only getting 0.01%. Inflation is eating your money away. So growing your money, it's only through investing. And out Eden, welcome in. Gamma Case, welcome. Is Karen, welcome in. Thank you for sharing the live, tapping out the live, getting your daily at me. Right. So I just want to know how many of us right now, how many of us are investing, but you still feel financially stressed? You are investing, you still feel financially stressed. Put one in the comments. You are investing, but you still feel financially stressed. Put one in the comment. Because I was exactly there 5 years ago. Yes, I was heavily investing. I was about 6 years ago, I was heavily investing, but then I was still struggling. Thank you all for tapping out the live. If you are investing and you still feel financially stressed, I can't be the only one person that was investing and still financially stressed at that time. It can't only be me. There has to be so many people. All right. Thank you for tapping out the light, sharing out the light. So trust me, a lot of people on this, they are actually like this. They are basically like this. They are investing, but they're still struggling when it comes to their finances. They are putting money away every month, but they are, it's because one of the reasons is because the timing when you are investing, as powerful as investing is, the timing really matters. Your timing really, really, really matters, right? Because if all you're doing is you're investing, you have not fixed your foundation, you've not fixed your debt, you realize that you are going to be financially stressed. So investing while carrying an expensive debt, why is this very important? And I'll go on it quickly, right? Because like I said, this is part 2. We did part 1. We've talked about this earlier, right? The first thing is, if you have high interest debt, as a matter of fact, I'll talk about the layers. How should you invest money? The Naswe welcome in. The first thing is your income. The next thing is you are going to have your emergency fund. Emergency fund is 3 to 6 months of your income, of your bills. So if your bill, which is your house, your rent, your mortgage, or your utilities, your transportation, and of course your groceries, if it's 3,000, those are the 4 basic needs. Basic needs. That's what you need, right? That is what you need to have. And that is, let's say it's 3,000, let's say it's 2,500. You need 3 to 6 months. So it means that you need to have 7,500 or to $15,000 in an IOT savings account. So you need to fix that. This is in the time right now, the time at an era of a lot of layoffs and all of that. What does that help you to do? In case of an emergency, in case of a layoff, right? You know that you are still well taken care of. Shelty, welcome in. Sammy, welcome in. You are still well taken care of. Pretty babes, welcome in. And thank you all for tapping out the live. Let's tap out the live. I know we are all locked in, but let's tap out the live, share the live as well. And follow and subscribe if you haven't done that, right? So in this, you want to have an emergency fund. Where do you put that emergency fund? You put it in an IE savings account, giving you 3 to 5%, so that you can hedge against inflation that is at 3.8%. So you can put it in a capital one that gives you 3.3%, right? Or you can put it in a Vero that gives you 5%. You can have it in SoFi, we give you about 4%. Those are places where you can put this emergency fund. The reason why this is important is it's your safety net. In the case where there is an emergency, there's a loss of income, you do not go into debt, right? You do not go into debt. That's what it means, right? So you can easily, there's loss of income or whatever, that your family is still taken care of for another 6 months, another 3 months, right? While you look for the newty of TikTok, welcome in, right? That sounds interesting, right? Newton of new TikTok. Okay, you need to teach us how that goes. Cora, welcome in. So think about it. Ratata, welcome in. So think about it. You basically, in a situation where there is a job loss, major car repairs, major emergency health issues, you have a safety net. You can still take care of your family. You can still take care of yourself for another 3 months. You can pay your utilities. You can pay your rent. You're not thinking of mortgage issues while you try to get yourself together, put in your resume out there again, and start looking for another job or start looking for a business or something to take care of your family. So you're not thinking of feeding, you're not thinking of shelter, right? That's why it is very, very, very important, and it's crucial. That's number one thing before you start thinking of investing. The other part of the thing is that before you start investing, think about all those high interest debt. What do I mean by high interest debt? Any debt that is about 10%. Any debts, all those credit cards, right? Credit cards that is about 10%. You want to take care of it. Please put in the comment, what is the interest rate or all those APY on the APR on your credit card? Your credit card, what is it? Is it 25%? Is it 15%? Yeah, your interest rate, what is it right now on your credit cards? Because I am seeing 25%, I've seen 29%. Somebody, the highest I've seen is that 32%. It simply means that, put in the comment, right? Put in the comment. It simply means that you are you are growing your money, right? You are growing your money at 15%, right? 25%. The P5 said 25%. Anyone else wants to share 25%? Right? I know in Canada it's about 20% because somebody said the same thing earlier. God's red gem. Yeah, I am also a God's red gem. Welcome in, right? So think about it, 25%, but you are investing. S&P 500 gives you about 14 to 15%, gave you 18% last year. It means that if you start investing, you're losing at least, let's even say 15%, you are losing 10%. Because you are in debt at 25%, repaying back your debt. Dr. Fatima, welcome in. You are repaying back your debt at what? You are repaying it at 25%, but then you are only growing your money at 15%. Thank you so much for tapping out the live, sharing out the live as well. You are getting your money, so it means that you are losing at least 10% of your income is still going to financing debt. So what makes more sense is for you to take care of that debt first before you start investing. So remember, income first, then you do your emergency fund. Start with 1 month, then take care of that. Take care of the high interest debt, and then the next thing that you do is then you can now start. Then you take care of emergency for 3 to 6 months, and then you get the next thing is now investing. Until you are taking care of this, you don't have the reason. You want to pause before investing. Do not invest until you can be putting some little money aside, but do not invest aggressively, right? So think about if you must really invest, do this, right? Let's assume that you want to invest $100 every month. Invest $20. Use $80 to take care of your emergency fund, $50 on emergency fund, $30 on your debt, then $20 on investing. Do not go and do $100 and without you having your emergency fund, then you still are not taking care of your high interest debt. That's how you do it. If you must say that, okay, you know what, I want to do all three at the same time. But I would say that do the sequence. Take care of the emergency fund first, then take care of the high interest debt using the different method. Lisa, welcome in. Man City, welcome in, right? So take care of all of that first before you start investing, and then that would help you to do what? Consistency, right? It's going to help you you have clarity on your money. You give your money direction. Investing is very powerful. Trust me, investing is one thing that you can put 100,000, it can become $1 million, right? With the power of compounding. Yeah, how are you, Lisa? Welcome in. Yeah, Simon, welcome in. So think about it. That's how investing can eat, especially if you are consistent and you leave it there. You let compounding do its job. Investing is definitely going to help you. Thank you all for tapping out the live and sharing out the live, right? Investing. So do this. Like I said, take care of the high interest debt, take care of your emergency fund, and ensure that you are not constantly withdrawing. So you are being disciplined with your money, right? All of those things, take care of it before you start investing. Now, let's get into the investing part, right? Let's get to the investing part. Or I want to believe that everybody knows the 4 account system that you should have. The 4 accounts. So we're going to be paid. If you're paid every 2 weeks, you'll be paid tomorrow, right? We'll be paid tomorrow. So as your money is landing in your account tomorrow, do you just have 1 account, or do you have many? How many accounts do you have? One, put, if you care to share, put one, or put the number of accounts that you have. If you just have one, trust me, a lot of people, you're not the only one that has 1 account. Ideally, you should have at least 4 accounts. You have 3, perfect, perfect. Yeah, you have 3. That is great. Anybody else who cares to share? Anybody care? And let's tap out the live. Let's share out the live. You see, once you tap out the live and start sharing the live, you will see the number grow. What that means is that you are helping as many people to come and get to build their financial knowledge, and you're doing that is a blessing. You are being blessed doing that. So let's tap out the live. Let's share the live. Tapping out the live is just touch the screen and follow if you haven't followed. Miriam, welcome in. How are you doing? Yeah, thank you so much. So, and tonight I'm taking a lot of water because I feel dehydrated. So I'm trying to hydrate myself. So I'm taking care of my health wealth. Okay, so thank you all for tapping out the live. So your what now that we're getting to investing, once you have fixed the foundation, how then do you invest, right? We have fixed the foundation. I know that this is one that interests a lot of people. Or what sort of investment do you talk about, Dr. Lina? Understanding that you can lose money in stock market. William Hawkins, welcome in. You can lose money in the stock market. What are the what sort of, how do I put it? How do you invest in the stock market without losing money, right? Of course, you can still lose money. That comes with there's that risk. It's something called smart investing, right? Smart investing is the method where instead of you investing in one stock, you are investing in multiple stocks, right? A basket of stocks. So what does that help you to do, right? It helps you to minimize your risk. Wisdom Speaks, welcome in, and thank you all for tapping out the live. It helps you to minimize your risk because you're spreading your risk across multiple stocks, right? Whenever you buy 1 unit or either $1 of stock, you are not only buying one stock, you are buying multiple. So example is an S&P 500. Who knows about S&P 500? Put 1 in the comment if you know about S&P 500. Put 1. If you don't, put 0, and that's fine, right? If you know it, put 1. If you don't, put 0. Tabo, welcome in. The P5 knows. Awesome. I mean, you have been an OG, the P5. All right, but I'm glad you know it right now and you started buying. And the P5, I know I owe you, right? I think, can you send me a DM on Instagram? Please, I need you to guide me. Yeah, absolutely. I'll guide you, but we have I will guide you on the surface right now, but if you want to go in depth, I would show you what you need to do, exactly what we do right here. So Syndicate, welcome in, and let's tap out the live. Let's share the live. Tap out the live as we go into this topic because, right. All right. The P5, send me a DM on Instagram. It's Money Talk with Dr. Lina, because I think I found the direction on how to get all those your stock back in Nigeria so that you can have it, so how you can consolidate those your shares. But I only have it on Instagram. I don't have it on TikTok. Okay. So perfect. Great. What was I? Okay. S&P ETF is just exchange traded funds. It's just a basket of stocks, right? Instead of you buying individual stocks, you are buying multiple stocks. So S&P 500 is top 500 companies at point in time of all the top companies in the United States. So think about companies like Nvidia. Think about companies like Google, Microsoft. Those are the top companies that you have in there. The top 500 companies. These are the best of the best because they are being reviewed and reevaluated every single quarter, right? What that means is that they are you are putting your money in something that is solid. It does, and aside from that, and that's why it has produced consistently for the averagely, not consistent, averagely in the past 10 years, even through COVID and all of that, return average it and return 14 to 15%. So remember, when I talked about the $10,000, when you put it in the bank, what do you get? You get $1, right? But with an S&P 500, you get 14 to 15%, meaning that you are getting at least you're getting 1,400, 1,500 on your money. Think about it. You are getting that consistently on your money every single year, and you're wondering how is that people how is money doubling? If you do that consistently, tell me in less than 5 years, in less than 5 years, in less than 5 years, you realize that in less than 5 years, you realize that you are able to in less than 5 years, you realize that you are able to you are doubling your money basically in less than 5 years, because with 8% you double your money in 7 years. That's the rule of 72. I did not create it. You can go and check it. You can use a compound interest calculator on investment.gov. Right there, it's going to show you all of this that I'm talking about. Let's tap out the live. Let's share out the live. Thank you for doing that. Thank you so much for tapping out the live, sharing out the live, getting there, hitting the gallery, get your daily admin. Follow if you haven't followed right here. And you're just meeting me. I'm Dr. Lina, Doctor of Business and Technology, and I help you turn that your 9 to 5 income into real wealth. Because if all that you do with your income is you fund lifestyle, you realize that you stay stuck on that hamster wheel. That's what you're going to be doing. Wicked Designer, congratulations and thank you for being a part of the family. Welcome to the family. Water, welcome in. So you want to become here. As a matter of fact, this community is called one thing. It's called the $1 Million League, because we are building a community of millionaires. You follow the strategies, the step, and all you have to be is being coachable, right? Follow this step, this principle, you follow it to the letter. I tell you, in 10 years, you will get to that $1 million status. So you want to be the first millionaire in your family, then you're in the right place. It might sound as simple as this. We give you simple tips, simple strategies that you're going to be following. And guess what? You will get to that $1 million status that people never get to in 45 years. You will get there in 10 years. That's what it is. That's why we call it a $1 Million League, because we are building the community of millionaires, right? That's what we are building in here. So it's serious business. We have a whole wealth building curriculum. As a matter of fact, in April, we taught there was a live training on how to buy real estate in 90 days. In May, we have done how to start investing in the stock market the smart way. Next month, we are having a whole wealth building academy where we are going to be teaching you how to increase your income, how to bring in professionals like cybersecurity directors, HR directors, therapists, all of those different careers that would help you to increase your income. Then on top of that, 5K side hustles that you can do. Side hustles that you can do that bring you 5K every single month, at least 5K every single month. Those are the things that we talk about here. So because it starts with your income, we cannot even talk about investing if you don't have any income. Remember, I said fix your income, right? Fix your income. You don't have a steady income. You don't have any business in investing. So we fix the income first, and then we'll also talk about the financial fortress. So things like LLC, things like probate, things like insurance, all of those kind of things, living trust, all of those kind of things are things that we talk about here, because we also focus on protection, financial literacy, financial planning, financial discipline. So you want to learn all about this, right? You want to be a part of this community. Subscribe here. So as a matter of fact, subscribe across all platforms. It's Money Talk with Dr. Lina. DR is doctor, right? And Lina is Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology. I've been investing close to 2 decades, right? Being in corporate America for close to 2 decades as well. I'm a professor, I'm a vice president of technology, serial investor that manages and owns double-digit real estate portfolio. So, I've seen it all on different sides, right? I'm an economist, a chartered accountant as well. So that's the authority that I have to tell you, aside the fact that I have done it from from academics, I've done it from career perspective. I've also done it hands-on from professional standpoint. So that's why I can tell you, and I'm just sharing. This is more like a corporate social responsibility for me, just to give back to as many people that come my way, build wealth. That's it, right? Because financial freedom is the goal. So back to what we're saying. We're talking about investing, right? What are the steps for you to invest? Now that you have already fixed those foundations, the first step is for you to open your brokerage account. Open, if you don't have your 401k, check with your employer. Match what your employer is giving you: 3%, 5%, 6%. Free money. We take all of the free money, right? Any money that is free, we're taking it. So employer is giving you 3 point, matching your 401k by 3%, 6%. You are going to match that, but we're not doing any cents above that. We're not going to do 10% if our employer is only doing 6%. We're not doing 6% if our employer is only doing 3%. Why? Because it's not a tax advantage account. It's not tax advance investment account or retirement account. Then once you have matched what your employer is doing, you also want to open something called a Roth IRA. In the UK, you call it ISA. In Canada, it is called TFSA. You want to open that as well. In Africa, in Nigeria, I don't think we have that, but there is also something called retirement account and the pension account. You want to fund all of that. If there's stock options, you want to take that as well. Anything that is free with your employer, take it. Roth IRA in the US, the max that you can put in is $7,500 a year, right? $7,500 a year. That's $625 every single month. $312 every 2 weeks, $312.50 every 2 weeks. That's all that you need to put in, and that is less than $20 a day. So if you're wondering, you can say that, oh, you know what, I don't have money to invest. Well, it's on you, because some of us spend more than $20 on lunch every day. So it's either you are eating that lunch, or you are eating that your future, in retirement fund, or you are using it to actually protect yourself against the future. And if you are still waiting and you're thinking that your children is going to be your retirement plan, unfortunately, I'm laughing in English, because the children too, they have their bills. Yes, they can give to you, but that will be additional, right? Additional. Let's understand that. Sissy out there, thank you so much for the follow and congratulations. Welcome to the family. Thank you. All right. So if you're waiting on your children, that is number one. That's you're on your own. And then the second other thing that you're also waiting for in retirement, right? Sorry to tell you, that might not exist, is Social Security. Yes, if you're waiting on those two, those might not exist. So now that we have already talked about the reality on ground, and you know that I know, and we know that I'm speaking the same language like you. Now, what then should you do? Have your 401k, match it to what your employer. Thank you so much for the follow. OCH, Rhyming, thank you so much for that, and welcome to the family. Awesome. So now that you already understand that, the next thing that you need to do is, no kids. We're not talking about kids. We're not talking about the lack of something that you cannot confirm. You cannot confirm that Social Security is going to be there, right? Now that the reality now is, you need to fund that your 401k to what your employer is matching. The second account that you open is your Roth IRA. That your launch money, use it to fund that $7,500. Even if it's 10 years that you can do that, you will thank yourself later, because at old age, you can retire and really, really retire, right? Because you see so many people retire at 65, but then they are still standing in Walmart. Not that I am, they might not know, right? In their own case, they did not know, right? That's why they're finding themselves in that situation. But now you know. So if that happens to you, then that is on you. Yeah, that is really on you, because now you have met me, we've talked about it, and you can now do it aggressively. And if what it takes is to work extra hours, this is the only time I will tell you, trade your time for money. So maybe you're already in your 50s and you think that, oh, you know what, I don't have so much time. Right? Do Uber. Drive, get some other streams of income, and make sure that That stream of income is towards your investing. You are accelerating your investing. Do it for 5 years. Do it for 1 year, whatever. And know that this is for my retirement. Such that when the retirement time comes, you will look back and you know that, okay, you know what? I am retiring. I am retiring for good. Thank you all for tapping out the live. Let's share out the live. Tap out the live. Get your daily admin. Follow if you haven't followed. Yes, I know that you might not like me right now because I just told the truth. I know you might not like me because I just told you the truth, but guess what? We'll still say the truth because the truth, black is black, white is white. Let us not mix it. You are the only one saying it's gray or it looks like brownish white. It is white is white, black is black. Right. And that's the thing that you'll get with me. It's the truth. I would say it as it is. All right. I would say it as I would not mince the word for you. Because when reality eats, it's going to eat hard and nobody's coming to save you. Not even the government, not your family, not your friends. Not even me. Yes, not even me. I'm not coming to save you. But the only thing I can do right now is to tell you before it happens. All right. So having said the jokes and all of that, the reality is you're going to have your 401k. You open your 401k account, right? Your 401k, you need to open that, match it to what your employer is matching. The second thing is your Roth IRA. That your $20 lunch every day. We pause it and we will cook from home, right? We will make the food from home. That's what we are going to do. And then you will use it to fund your Roth IRA. And then you would be able to know that now I have two funds that is going to help me in my retirement. Why? We were like, okay, so Dr. Lina, why can't I just put it in 401k? Or why can I not have it just in Roth IRA? Roth IRA, they serve two different purposes. Roth IRA is a tax advantage account, and the highest you can put in is $7,500 in a year, right? There is something, and this is based off of income. I believe if you earn close to like over $150,000, depending if you're head of household or whatever, you can. It's also limited. It's not available to everyone, right? But guess what? Even if you earn more than $150,000, there's something called backdoor Roth that you can do where you can still contribute into Roth and still enjoy the benefit. So all of those kind of things are the things that you need to also take advantage of. Why is Roth very important? Why should you even put your money? Because it's tax advantage. It's taxed at the source. So if the money grows, let's assume that you have $100,000. You put over time, you put $100,000, and $100,000 becomes 1 million. Bayobi, welcome in. Right, it becomes 1 million. Yes, it does become 1 million, and I'm serious. With investing, it does become 1 million over time. It just requires the time in the market. The time in the market is very, very critical. So if you start investing $100 from the age of 20 and you leave it for 40 years, you keep putting it for 40 years, you'd realize that by that time you might have you become a millionaire. How do you open or set up a Roth IRA? Yes, that's where we are getting into right now. CCNRN, right? It's our registered nurse, right? CCRN. Yeah. So basically, I want to believe that's registered nurse, right? So, but such an amazing question. Such an amazing question. So Roth IRA, it can grow to, if it grows to $1 million, guess what's going to happen? It's going to, that $1 million is all that you get at retirement after 59 and a half. 401k on the other hand, which is the one you do with your employer. I mean, you can do both with your employer. 401k, because it's not taxed at the source, that your 100,000 that you put in will not be taxed. Then it's not going to be taxed when you are taking it out during the distribution time at retirement. Guess what? If the money grows from 100,000 to 1 million, your growth, you see that difference, 900,000 will be taxed, right? That's the difference between the two. That's why one is the advantage account and the other one is non-advantage account. The 401k, the benefit of it is what you are getting from your employer, and that's why I say cap it at whatever your employer is matching. With Roth IRA, max it out to $7,500 every single year. And then Joseph, welcome in. Gigi, welcome in. Jai, welcome in. And welcome all to the party. Thank you so much for the follow. Oh, welcome to the, thank you for joining the family. Welcome to the family, F2A. So good to have you. So, and that is the way you structure. And let's tap out the life, share out the life, tap out the life. Tapping is sharing, tapping is loving, and sharing when you're getting all the showing of. Thank you so much for the roses as well. Thank you for the gifting. Thank you for the daily at me as well. Vaja, welcome, welcome in. So good to have each and every one of us. That is amazing. So good to have every one of us. So your 401k, it is what your employer, you see that free money, we're taking all of anything that is free, we take it. Remember, I talked about IE savings account, that's also free money, we take it. Your which is 3.5 3 to 5%, we're taking the interest. We're taking the free money from the employer. The Roth IRA, the benefit of it is the tax advantages. Another account that you want to open, all of this, they are, it's the all of these are for your future or for now or for health. The third account you want to open is your HSA. A lot of people miss this one. Is your health savings account. Health savings account is different from HYSA. It's your HSA is your health savings account where whatever money that you put in is it's triple advantage. Remember, Roth is, it's a tax advantage. This one is triple tax advantage. When you put the money there, the money is there's no tax on it. When as it grows, you're not paying capital gain tax on it. When you take it out, there's no taxes on it. It is basically for your health, right? It's for your health program. You can use it to buy medication. You can use it to buy. Oh, thank you so much for that. You can use it to buy hospital. You can use it to pay hospital bills. Of course, when you get older, you will need more medical attention, right? So at that point, you want to make sure that you have money in your HSA as well to take care of your health. See, I am taking care of you. Middle, thank you so much for the follow and welcome to the family. Awesome. So you need to have this 3 accounts. But guess what? These 3 accounts is for your future. It's for your, your older self to thank you, to say you have done well, right? That's what it's going to tell you. You have done well. And my YouTube community, welcome in. How are you? Let me know where you're connected from. Subscribe if you have not done that. And we're talking about investing. We're talking about what you need to do before investing, otherwise do not invest. And now we are on the investing phase. We're talking about the 4 kind of accounts that you need to have whenever we talk about investing. So 401k, Roth IRA, these are for the US. UK equivalent will be ISA. Canada would be TFSA for the Roth IRA, and of course, you have your HSA as well in the United States for your health, right? This particular one, a lot of people miss it. Most of the time it comes with high deductible, but check with your employer. Check outside at the HSA program that you can buy. I want to also research into it, but I know my HSA was for my previous employer, and you take it from one employer to the other. It doesn't, it's with you. You even get your card that you spend on, right? You spend it. Let's tap out the live. TikTok Queen, welcome in. Yeah, let's tap out the life. Let's share out the life. So 401k, Roth IRA, HSA, and now the last one, which is for your present, for your now. You want to grow your money now, your vacation. You want to enjoy life. You want to grow. Mary Kai, welcome. Thank you so much for liking the life. Can we all power tap? Can we power tap and also power share one time? Let's power tap. Let's get it to 5,000. We have quite a number of people over 100 or even more people have gone through this live today. Can we tap out the live? Let's share out the live one time. Thank you for doing that. Really, really appreciate every one of us doing that. Power share, power tap, power share, power tap. Check if you have not followed. Click on the follow button. Lisa, JHQ, Mary, Joseph, Bayobi, CCRN, Ade, Suzu, Clinical Pathway, Gupar, Remy, Fatih, the P5. Oh, Ade, thank you so much for the follow. Tap out the live, share out the live, and Ade, welcome to the family. So good to have you. Thank you for the daily at me. That is absolutely amazing. Share out the live as well. Invite your friends. Tap out the live. I know we are all locked in whenever it comes to money, whenever it comes to finances, right? Whenever it comes to family, people take it so serious with their pen and paper. Now you know you have to have your 401k. Now you know that your children are not your retirement plan. Yes. They will give to us. We will enjoy the fruit of our labor. But at the same time, even the Bible says, a wise man leave inheritance for his children and his children's children, right? So you are going to Oh, you want me to talk more on the TFSA? TFSA is, and I'll use it because I'm in the United States, but I know I have clients in Canada and in the US. So it's almost like it's more like a Roth IRA. Basically, what you open the account and you are going to be put, I think it's 7,000. It has 7,000. I think it's 7,000. The maximum you can put in every single year is 7,000. It is not going to be, when you put the money in, it's going to be taxed, and you put the money in, and then whenever you're going to take the money out at retirement, right here in the United States is 59 and a half and above, otherwise you'll be penalized. You put the money in there, then you invest it. You are intentionally investing it. And here we talk about ETF, exchange traded funds. That's what it is. I talk about ETF rather than individual, so I talk about basket of funds, stocks, right? Because that's the multimillionaire strategy, right? Where you diversify your portfolio and spread your risk, right? Versus individual stocks. So you start buying that, and when you buy that, once you get to the retirement age, whatever instead of you paying taxes, remember, whenever you invest, you're going to pay taxes. There's something called capital gain taxes on whatever growth. Whenever, even if it's businesses, investments you invest in real estate, you pay capital gain taxes based on the profit on your investment. But with Roth IRA, with CFSA, you are not paying, you will not be paying taxes on it. That is why it is called tax advantaged account, right? Does that answer your question? So all you have to do is open the TFSA account. You can, I believe you can open it. Check with your employer first. Otherwise, you can open. In Canada, there is Questrade. There is also Wealth Simple. In the US, there is Vanguard. There's Fidelity. There's Schwab. There's Wealth Simple. There is no, Wealth Simple is Canada. There is Webull. There is Robinhood. There's Ameritrade. There is Merrill Lynch with Bank of America. There's JP Morgan with Chase. There's so many of them, right? You just check a review and just say, or just say any investment company, brokerage firm. If you're in Nigeria, you're in Africa, there is Investment One, there's Stanbic IBTC, there is a Bamboo, right? There are quite a number of them. If you're in the UK, there is Trading 212, or the rest of Europe, there is Trading 212. And if you want to know more about all of it, we have a course, right? A self-paced course that is going to teach you everything from beginning to the end. Not just on Roth, not just on TFSA, everything invested. And you find the link in my bio. You would see it right there, nestu.me/Money Talk with Dr. Lina. And you get it, and you would understand how to invest the smart way. Not individual stuff, but strategies that is going to help you to start investing smartly, where you don't lose your money, but you grow your money. Thank you for sharing out the life. Ade, thank you for, and Yemi, welcome in. How are you doing? So you should actually, before you start investing, get the cost. It costs you, it costs you maybe lunch money. So price so low so that nobody would say that, you know what, I cannot afford it or whatever. But it's just for you to invest in yourself. I always say the biggest investment is not in the stock market, it's not in real estate, it's not in business. The biggest investment you can have is in yourself, right? Because that's skills. Remember, the skill that your employer is paying you for right now, you went to college to get it, right? That's why, and nobody can take it for you. Even if your employer lay you off, you go to lay off, you go to another employer and you do better and get better income. That's what knowledge is. That's what power, the knowledge that we say knowledge is power. That's it. And you get more knowledge by investing in yourself. All right. I hope that answers your question. I hope Joseph, I hope that answers your question. Can we tap out the live? Can we get it quickly to 10,000? We try to get to 10,000 likes, right? And we are so many here. Let's tap out the live heavily. I know we are all locked in. I know it's late at night. I know it's early in the morning, but let's tap out the live. That's the only way algorithm knows that you are finding this live valuable, right? Share the, okay, you're welcome. Tap out the live, Joseph. Follow if you haven't done that. Tap out the live. Tapping out the live is just touch, non-stop, right? It doesn't cost you anything. It just costs you your finger. Sharing out the live, press my forehead, right, on the screen, right? And then share, right, with your contact. Invite your spouse that doesn't understand your finances that you have been talking about. invite them here. Invite that your ex, right, that hates you because you mismanage money. Trust me, they will love you after. Everybody loves money, right? Invite your family, your sisters, your friend, invite everyone. Let them come and learn. This is free. This is free. No gatekeeping. This is free. And by the way, always improve your health well. Drink a lot of water, eat a lot of healthy food, right? Exercise, take walks. So the accounts 401k, Roth IRA, TFSA, ISA, right? And of course, you know what then do? You open all of these accounts. I've given different I've already given the different ones. Then once you open it, a lot of people make they feel that once they open the account, that's it. It's automatically start funding itself. No, you have to start buying the assets yourself, start buying the stocks. What are the stock you're buying? Here we don't talk about individual stocks. I talk about ETF, exchange traded funds. Love music, welcome in. Exchange traded funds. Exchange traded fund is just a basket of stocks, basically. That's what it is. Basket of stocks. That's what it is. So you have, like I said, S&P 500 return 14 to 15% in the past 10 years, even through COVID, right? Last year returned 18%. In the past 30 to 40 years, is returned between 8 to 12%. So consistency is very key. So you can buy that, and the ticker symbol, right? Something like a VOO, IVV, SPY. They are all the same thing. Track S&P 500 is just the fee structures that are different. And there's so many of us, and you're wondering, yeah, what are we saying? ETF is just a basket of stock, right? It's just multiple. So instead of you saying you are buying one stock and risking it to be like, okay, this stock might go up, it might go down. You are buying everything in that stock, right? In that basket as everything. 500, 1,000, 10,000, 3,600. Buy the entire US stock market, and you're spreading your risk. That's how you buy. And that's what works for me. I did buying individual stock, day trading, options trading, and penny stocks, and I lost $99,000. It makes me feel good whenever I say 99,000. It's at least it's less than 100,000. That's what I lost about 6 years ago. But then when I started investing smartly using this strategy, it's helped me build hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars, which has helped me build a lot of capital that I use in my wealth accelerator. What is my wealth accelerator? And before I move on to my wealth accelerator, so once you have the ETF, buy the ETF, set up automation, whereby you're buying consistently. Consistency is key here. Consistency, staying in the market, time in the market is very, very key in whenever we are talking about the strategy, because compound interest does the job. It does the heavy lifting. I told my story of how my 4 million became 40 million, not in dollars, by the way, not in dollars. 40 million because 40 million, just because I did not touch it. I did not add any other thing to the 4 million. Became 40 million. Now think about it. That 4 million, it can also be in dollars and becomes 40 million. That's how. So you have some people, they would say that, oh, you know what, in my retirement fund, I am a millionaire in my retirement fund, right? The two things that makes people turn a lot of people to get them to millionaire status, easy way to become a millionaire is, at retirement. This is at retirement. Number one is 401k. The other one is real estate. So you buy a house, and of course, that house increases in value. And at retirement, after 30 years, you are paid it off. This property, it doubles its value every 10 years. So it means that in 30 years, it would have tripled its value. If the property was 300,000, now in 30 years, it would have become 1 million. $1 million status. That's how it works, right? But then if you want something that is quicker, Oleps, welcome in. How are you doing, sis? Welcome in. I'll say welcome in. AB, welcome in. And if you're just meeting, I'm Dr. Lina, Doctor of Business and Technology, helping you turn your income into real wealth. That's what we talk about here. And today we're talking about things that you need to avoid before investing. Now we are on the investing phase, and we've talked about 401k, Roth IRA, we talked about ETF, we're talking about automation, and now we're talking about long-term investing. Follow if you haven't followed, like if you're not liking, tap out the live, share out the live, check the art gallery, go into the fan, get your daily at me as well, right? Get Go Populars. It just makes this community more popular, and that's your own way. The same way I'm giving back the society, you're looking for how to bless others, you're looking for how to give back to the society, right? That is your way right here, because nobody teaches what we're talking about right now. It's not in the school curriculum, unfortunately. It was deliberately removed so that you can continue to do 9 to 5 for 45 years. That's the reason, right? But then, let's teach yourself whereby you can work because you want to work, not because you have to work to pay bills. They are two different things. When the feeling of you're working because you just want to work is different from you're working because I got to work and pay bills. The two different things. So tap out the live, share out the live, invite your friends and family, let them come and learn. It's free, it costs nothing. But trust me, they will bless you, they will thank you after they have learned this. So follow, share the live as well. Get the Go Populars also help this live. Go Popular costs 1 cent. Tapping out the live costs you nothing. Daily at me cost you 1 cent, but then you get 30 points back. So for those that are new on TikTok, that's the way it works. I'm also new on TikTok, and I'm just also learning this. Thank you for tapping out the live, sharing out the live, and liking. You are blessing others by you doing all of this, because they would learn and get to that $1 million links. And you see, you see the end deal that you see right there? It is not just something, it's not Money Talk with Dr. Lina. That is $1 million league. So this is powered by $1 million league. What does this mean? We are building a community of millionaires. So if your goal is to get to that $1 million status, not waiting to 45, 65, a lot of people get to 65, they still do not get to $1 million status in their lifetime. Here, what we do is we are building it in 10 years. We've done it for my client. I've done it for myself over and over again. And I'm just sharing the same blueprint, right? So that it helps you, because your own million will not stop my own million. You see me in 10 years. You will hug me and you will see my children and you will bless them that, oh, I met somebody that changed my story and I want to become, if your goal is to become the first millionaire in your family, then you're in the right community, you're in the right space, right? Come learn, and I tell you, no gatekeeping, you're learning, you're going to be learning a lot. So long-term investing is very, very key. ETF is one of the things that we talk about. We talk about the follow. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. And of course, welcome to the community. Congratulations, Digital Nurse. Right. So it starts with, and you're wondering, what do I mean? It's not possible. $1 million. How is that even possible? Because the millionaires, they're from another planet. Well, yes, they are not from another planet. At least you have met one today, one person today, right? And I'm just going to show you the same thing, right? And that's the same blueprint I am sharing. I teach, I'm very clear. I am a doctor of business. And of course, I'm a professor. I'm a vice president of technology. I'm a professor teaching AI cybersecurity. And it starts with your income, right? That's why I say all of that. It starts with your income. So we'll talk about everything that's going to push you to increase your income, right? To get you to the 6-figure salary. That's the first thing. The second thing is that you have to be coachable, right? You have to be disciplined. We're going to be reading books. So we're talking about the financial foundation, like financial literacy, financial planning, financial financial planning and financial literacy, financial planning, somebody borrow me. Planning and financial discipline. That's because I talked about it earlier. And of course, the goal is financial freedom. And in between, we have 3 other pillars, because you have that income. Now we will talk about smart investing, which is what I just talked about. Simple ETF. Keep it simple. No drama. Keep it simple. Don't let people start taking money away from you and be deceiving you, or keep it simple. Just buy the basket of funds. You want to know how to do that? Go on my page. You would see it, nestu.me/Money Talk with Dr. Lina. You'll find the course right there. Self-paced, simple, cost you little to nothing, and then you learn how to do that. And of course, next year, Iyalaja, welcome in. Perfect. Welcome in, and every other person, welcome in. Oh, Nana just followed. Welcome, congratulations to you, and welcome to the community, right? To the League of Millionaires. League of Millionaires, not millionaire in naira, millionaires in dollars. Yes, that's what we are building here. This is a motion. What do they call it? It's a force This is a first. This is not just it's not all the regular life that you have been saying. No, no, no. I'm a wealth coach that teaches you practical, right? I walk the talk. That's why you see me not talk about IUL, because I don't do that. I tell you exactly what I do. Hey, thank you so much for the gift. Really appreciate that. I tell you exactly what I do. So if I'm not doing it, I'm not going to be telling you. So I tell you exactly, right? Not being boastful, but I am telling you these has worked for me, and I'm just sharing the goodness of God with others so that as many people can learn. Alfred, so good to have you. So good to have you. And thank you so much for the gift. Kayomide, welcome in. So, except you don't want to become a millionaire, or that's not in your story, you don't want to be, that's okay as well. Some people are very humble, they like it. You want to just live a average life, that's fine, right? That's okay, yeah. But I just know that money hence the BS. But if you really want to, you know that you like good things, right? Like good things of life, then you want to follow, you want to subscribe, you want to be a part of it, dance with me, run with me, do everything with me, and then trust me, you would get there. They said that if you are within, you are a replication of 70% of the people that you roll with. If you roll with the mediocres, you would be a mediocre, right? If you roll with the $1 million league, you will get to that $1 million status. That's why the name is very important. It starts with your mindset shift. But enough of me. We'll do another day where we talk about mindset shift. That is a different things, because if you cannot perceive it, you cannot achieve it. If you feel that millionaires it's not possible, you cannot get it. It's not a course. But if you see that, oh, you know what, millionaires are very possible, and you're seeing one right here, then you will know that, oh, it's very possible and it's very easy. 10 years is what it takes or less. And I'll tell you the principles and the step that it takes. So stick around, share with your friends how you want them to become the millionaires, all of that. Share with them, invite them, that your spouse as well. Invite all of them as well. So, smart investing is one of the ones. And then there is now the other one. I call it the wealth building engine. And did I cover everything about smart investing? So you buy ETF, you automate it, you open your account, you fund it, and boom, that's how it works, right? And of course, investing works best where you don't need to touch the money. So compounding is very key. Everything we talk about here is protection, long term. This is not get rich quick scheme. I'm not one of those people that will tell you about hypes and you want your money quick right now. Sorry, I'm not the right person for you. But you want something that is generational. You want something that is lasting. You want something that is structural, that you can also teach your children, right? Teach your children that they can use. So things like, authorized user, how you have your kids to have Roth IRA at the age of 18, they are able to start buying properties. They're talking about their careers. Right here is the right place. That's what I teach, right? I'm very, serious minded. And I tell you as it is, I don't know how to, no diplomacy is very, very direct, right? So if that's what you are, then you are in the right place. Awesome. And follow, share the live, tap out the live, check the daily, the ad gallery, get your daily at me right there. So investing works best when you don't need to touch the money. That's why our emergency fund is going to be in an IEL savings account. You're not going to be putting it in ETFs. You're not going to be doing that, right? We're not doing that. We are putting IEL savings account in your emergency fund, right? Every money has its own different needs. IU savings account has emergency fund. Your investment account, it has the 401k, it has the Roth IRA, it has the HSA health, and then the brokerage is the last one that you're going to open, and it's for your present. So all those your vacation. Fine, where have you been? Oh my goodness, it's been a minute. I hope you opened that account. Otherwise, we're going to get the whooping for you. Just kidding. But I just wanted to make sure that you've started funding that account right now. You tell me if you're still there, let me know. Jason, welcome to the party. So good to have you. So great. So then the last one, you're for your current, right? Remember, all of the other ones, your retirement or your health is very restricted. If you take it before 59 and a half, you get penalized. We're not going to be losing money. We are only growing money. The other part of it is now your brokerage account. That's the only one you can take before 59, and yeah, oh, that's great. That is great. So good to have you. I hope you opened the account, and I hope you started funding your smart investors. Give me an update. Give me an update. Oh, somebody just made a purchase. Congratulations to you. Congratulations to you. You'll find the link in the for you to make your purchases. You will find the link in my bio, Money Talk with Dr. Lina. No, nestu.me/ Money Talk with Dr. Lina. You find it right there, and you want mentorship one-on-one. You want how to buy real estate in 90 days. The smart investing I just talked about, all about ETF, investing smartly in the right way. You find it right there. You want one-on-one, your individual wealth blueprint. You find it there. Or you want mentorship, right? You find it. And the most beautiful one will be having a live training, the Wealth Building Academy. That's going to be happening in June. So you don't want to miss that. The class is getting filled already. It's free, but registration is required. Last time we had over 100. All of our trainings, we've had close to like 100 or over 100 people, right? Those are the free things that you'll get here, that it's free, but it's going to change. It's life-changing. It's life-changing. Like you've never invested before, those classes would help you. You want to increase your income, those classes is going to help you. Those courses, those free training, where we are bringing, the next one is going to be explosive. It's not just going to be me. We're going to be bringing, cybersecurity experts, AI cybersecurity experts, HR directors, doctors. Different people are going to be coming to teach you how can you increase your income without going back to college, right? And let me give you one right now. There are free trainings on AI on Harvard Business School. There are free training on Coursera, on Coursera, free for you. Or less than 1,000. Take certification. I increased my income by 30,000 about 14 years ago, just by this, moving from finance as an economist, as a chartered accountant, and I moved into tech, grows all the way to vice president of technology, right? I did not get into that. I never got to my doctorate until 6 years after that scenario. $500 or $600, and 5 months was what it took me to increase my income to 30,000. Right, those are things we'll be talking about. Wealth Building Academy. It's an academy, and next month as well, we'll be having the Mid-Year Challenge. Mid-Year Money Challenge is also coming, right? It's also free. Everything I'm talking about is free, but registration is required. Let's tap out the live. Follow if you haven't followed, so that you don't miss out on any of those things. I tell you, anybody that meets me this year, your story is going to change. Financially, if that's your goal, you stick to the plan, you will see that your story is going to change. And my YouTube community, welcome in as well. Subscribe if you haven't done that. It costs you nothing, but you have a whole lot to gain from here. User, welcome in. How are you doing? Biobic, thank you for tapping out the line. Let's get it to 10,000 taps, not $10,000. All right. So now, having said that, one of my major, and I'll go through this one quickly. If you are investing or you are making income, and you are especially high income earners, you're already in the 26% tax bracket, you are making 150,000, or you're making six-figure salary, you need to have real estate in your portfolio. As a matter of fact, and you're wondering why do I say this? Because you are losing money. Just the same way I told you about inflation when it comes into the stock market, right? That's or to saving money, right? You cannot save your way to wealth. That one is clear. You can only invest your way to wealth. Thank you for tapping out the life and sharing out the life. You cannot save your way to wealth. So write it, put the notes down. You cannot save your way to wealth. You can only invest your way to wealth. We talked about smart investing, but you want to accelerate your wealth. As a matter of fact, the $1 Million League that we talked about, real estate is one of the major accelerators that will make you jump and increase your income significantly. Get to that $1 million status in 10 years. With that real estate, it is built around real estate. It's built around businesses, right? Because reason why this is very important is because think about it. With your 9 to 5 income, even if you're earning 500,000, you have a fixed tax bracket. It's either you are in your 25%, 3%, 26%, 32%, or whatever, 40%, right? I mean, depending on your income. you are going to be forced in that square, a rectangle, square, or whatever. You'll be forced to be there. What do I mean? You're going to be paying taxes, right? It's progressive taxes, right? Your income grows, then you're also paying more in taxes. How do you how do you take advantage of this, or how do you reduce your taxes? You have to do something. You have to move from being an own earner, right? Your 9 to 5. You have to move from being an earner to become an owner's category. That's why you see all the multimillionaires or the billionaires, they will have the real estate as part of what they do. If I thank you for tapping out the life, let's all tap out there. Can we get it to 10,000? Joseph, JQHQ, Bayobi, Ifine, Mary, Frank, CC, Ade, Clinical, Elizabeth, Remy, Guapin, Clara, Jeannie, Stephanie, Bonds. You guys are so amazing. Thank you for sticking around with me. Still, let's welcome in, but let's tap out the life. Let's share out the life. Let's tap out the life. I know, let's get it to 10,000 quickly. Let's power tap. We're wrapping up shortly. So let's get it to 10,000 as quickly as possible. Let's power tap. Let's power share as well. I know we are all locked in. I know it's getting late. Like Clara, thank you for tapping out the light, sharing out the light. Thank you for doing all of that. Dr. Fatima, thank you for doing that as well. Awesome. So why is this very, very important, right? And I mean, everybody aim to be a high income earner. Even if you're not there right now. You cannot say because of taxes, right? You don't want to get there. But when you get there, it pinches really hard. I see some people that would say that, you know what, I'd rather stay in my 180,000 than cross over to 220,000, because by the time I cross over, my taxes are way higher. Right? I remember my tax consultant, he would like, when he says, when I was angry about taxes, you know what he would tell me? He said, then reduce your income. Of course, you don't want to reduce your income, but when you pay so much in taxes, and I just to bring it home, there's one of my friends that turns a client, she was earning so much, and her taxes in year one was about 60 something thousand. Year two, it became 70 something thousand, right? Year two, it became 77 something. And then that was when the light bulb in her head was like, am I working for this? Is 70 something thousand is what I am paying. This is not the one they deduct every month. No, this is when you file your taxes, and this is how much you have to repay IRS. So it means that I'm paying so much. I am basically working so hard. And then when we talked and all of that, or and she became my client, like I said, she's my friend, and we talked. And guess what? With the strategy that we had, which was she bought 2 properties, so that you understand, she bought 2 properties the following year. She was making so much money that she could even buy the properties cash. So that gives you an idea of why she's paying so much taxes. Bought 2 properties cash the following next year. That year, she made more money in terms of income. But guess what? Our taxes reduced to $10,000. So it means that she saved $60,000. This is real life story. $60,000 what she put in her pocket, use it towards another property, right? That's what real estate does. So you have been wondering why Mr. Donald, right? Mr. Donald, right? Why you are paying more taxes than him? That's because he have Trump to one. He has hundreds of those, right? Or I don't know how many he has, but let me not exaggerate. But yeah, he has so many of that, right? That's why his taxes are low. The middle class pays one of the most highest taxes all over. So you wonder, what does that mean? You want to switch from being, that's because a lot of middle class, they are earners, right? For you to be able to change your tax bracket, you need to move from being an earner to being an owner, right? I'm not saying that quit your job. You're being an earner and also being an owner. That's how you can get to reduce some of those taxes. When you do that, what you would do, realize is that you are now the one that create the box where you fit in. Do you want your taxes to be 15% this year? Then you fit yourself. You buy properties. If you buy a car, if you buy a business or whatever, you see that your taxes that is very high it comes down, it reduces. Thank you for tapping out the live. I know we are locked in. Everybody's ears and antenna is high now. We've read IRS, right? Everybody's antenna is up. And this is applicable in most countries, especially in the Western world, right? It's so applicable, right? So let's tap out the live. Let's share out the live. Check if you have not followed, right? Check if you have not followed. Tap out the live, share out the live. Get your daily at me. We'll be wrapping up shortly. Get your daily at me. Tap out the live. Ayodele, welcome in. Tap out the live, share out the live, get the daily at. It's Clara. See, I just said it. Clara has been tapping out the live. She's been finding so much value, but she did not follow. But now she just became a part of the community. Welcome, welcome, congratulations. So good to have you join the $1 Million League, right? Isn't that a fancy name and beautiful name? I want to be a part of $1 Million League. So follow, share out the live, invite your friends, right? Here we are building a community of millionaires. This is the $1 Million League, $1 Million Gang. That's what it is, right? Millionaire gang. That's what it is, right? With right principle, we're not stealing money. This is a legitimate process, right? Start with your income, right? And all the way. Now we're talking to smart investing. Now we're talking about real estate. So real estate is a wealth accelerator. So think about it. Just think about it. Even if it's just that 60,000 that person saved. How can someone with $0 become a millionaire? That is what I wish to know. Joseph, hey, $0. You know what, right? How you wish to know? Join the Wealth Building Academy because it starts with your income. You have $0. All you have to do is go find a skill, because I will not deceive you. If I tell you that, the money is going to come from, it's going to happen. Well, sorry to tell you, it's not going to happen. The other thing is that maybe you have your family inheritance. So think about if you have family inheritance, that's a way to start. Another way is you want a jackpot. Right? That's the other way. But other than that, the traditional way is for you get a skill, right? And get a job, get income. It can maybe a job, it can be you can go and learn how to do HVAC technician, electrician, anything that is legitimate, right? Otherwise, if you do something criminal, you end up in jail, right? But I will not deceive you. The first way, Joseph, very, very good question, right? Go and get a skill, get a certification, and of course, start working, right? Or get a training and start doing business and start making money. When you make that money, right? 0 plus 0 equals what? Equals 0, right? When you have $1,000 and add 18% to it, like an S&P 500, your money becomes 11,800. When you put it and you do it for 2 years or 3 years, you buy what you have down payment for a real estate property. See? You see how it works that way, right? Discipline. Those are the things that you do. You buy your first real estate property, house hack. When you hack the property, right? You do it for 2 years, stay there for 2 years, rent part of the property, and then take that property, do the same thing another 2 years. You now have 2 properties, right? You are still working because now you earn the skill. Then you can do the next one like that. And guess what? In 5 years, right? In 5 years, you already have 5 properties, or in 10 years, and guess what? You are in the $1 million status. So that is how it works. But if anybody is deceiving you that, you know what, it's going to be $0, you become a millionaire. Sorry, we are all looking for it. Yeah, but what I can tell you is that you can also get the income and never get to the $1 million status. Income does not equal wealth, right? Income does not mean $1 million status. But I would also teach you. So you want to learn, if you want to learn how to get that skill to start from 0, right? The first thing first, how to get that income, I'm teaching that next month. June the 6th or June the 13th, because it's not just me. I'm bringing HR director from top 500 companies, right? Right now, she's seated in Asia. Hopefully, she's able to make it. I'm still waiting on a confirmation. I'm bringing director of cybersecurity, who is also one of the leading teaching professors. Teaching AI cybersecurity is also going to be there. If you want to learn how to become, a nurse, I'm bringing Dr. Aminu, Dr. O, Dr. Fofo, Dr. O. Two Dr. O's are the ones that I'm bringing. Like Dr. O has her own. She's a clinical therapist, or that is coming, and she has her own private practice in New York and also lectures in 6 universities, right? So it tells you the quality of people, right? So you want to know how to turn that zero. Start with that skill, start with that training. How do you get that training? Go on my page, you would see it on my bio, nestu.me, right? / Money Talk with Dr. Lina, and register, right? Do not say that it did not help you, Joseph A. Is this scheme, is it advisable to borrow money from the bank to invest? No, I do not advise you, because you are taking a loan to go and invest. I do not. Start with your income first. Remember the foundation that we talked about. As a matter of fact, you are doing it the wrong way. We are doing it the wrong way. I say clear any high interest debt. Any high interest debt before you start investing, right? High interest debt. The only debt that you can take, right, is the real estate debt, right? You want to invest in real estate and you're using an FHA loan, then that makes sense. Remember, FHA loan is not going to be at 10%. It's probably going to be at 6 point something percent right now, or 6% or 7%. It's not in that category. That's the only time. But guess what? You would still need the down payment of 3.5%. And if you want to also learn how to even bring zero and you want to start investing in real estate, get the how to buy real estate in 90 days. It will tell you strategies that you can use to raise the down payment. So you don't want to, if you don't have the money, you need to have a legwork, right? Legwork. So things like wholesaling, where you can actually get the money, or things like getting the property at a discount, right? Where you now use other people's money. Those are strategies, but you want to learn how to do that with zero out of your pocket. Absolutely. Right? But please do not go take a debt and say you want to invest in the stock market. That is disaster in the making, right? Disaster in the making. If you start investing, you go and take a down payment and you go and say, oh, you want to invest in the stock market. That is disaster. Please do not, I'm not recommending that, right? But if it's real estate, yes, you can do that, but you would still need a down payment. But you want to learn how to use zero, right? Zero, like you said, Joseph. Zero, like you said, get the training. It's a course at your own pace, right? Get it there. It's going to tell you how you can use $0 to actually start buying real estate, and you start investing from there. Okay? All right. And thank you all for tapping out the live. We are at 8.4K. Let's get it to 10,000. Thank you so much for doing that. Welcome. Joseph, I hope that answers your question. El Comer, welcome to the party. I hope that answers your question, and we'll be wrapping up shortly. I'll go quickly on this. We're talking about investing. What are the very educative? Yes, you're welcome. You are welcome. You're welcome. Yes, I mean, because I tell you, protection, right? Protection comes first. And these are, you see all these questions that you said, those are great questions. I know you're not doing it. Those are great questions, but trust me, people are doing it. And this is what is putting people in so much financial pain and financial stress. And, little things like this, you're losing money. Thank you all for subscribing. If you haven't done that, let me know where you're connecting from. I'm Dr. Lina. I'm a doctor of business and technology, and I help you turn that your 9-to-5 income into real wealth. Thank you all. And if you have locked in and you've been here, you haven't followed, I don't know what you're doing, right? Except, right, this is a $1 million league. Join the Millionaires Club, right? You want to get to that $1 million status in 10 years, not 45 years, not, or you feel that it's another level, another category of people. I tell you, I have clients, I have people. This community, we are building millionaires. People are buying houses every day. People are building wealth, right? Increasing their income, getting their 6-figure income, right? That's what this is all about. So follow, subscribe, share out the live, invite your friends, subscribe if you haven't done that. Will you be sending a meeting link for June 6th? It's right there. Let me show you, since you have asked. Trust me, the class is getting filled already. Somebody even just registered. I've been saying it, Joseph. See, right here. Can you see it right here? This is my page. This is my bio. You click on it right here. and it will try to trick you. And this is for those on, you find it on the YouTube as well. The link is there. Click on here. You see the Wealth Building Academy. It's right here. Oh, that was you. Okay. Yeah, because you're still asking me. Yeah, that was it. So that's it. You buy it right there. That's it. And I know you're asking for others as well. Yeah, so it's there. So, and it's free, but registration is required. Last we had over 100 registered, and once the class is full, it's going to be full this time as quickly as possible, because it's not just me training now. If I pulled 100, if I now have somebody that has a larger community than myself, like a Dr. Fofo, then you know that she's pulling her community. I am also, and the other people like Dr. Aminu and Dr. O and the other Dr. O, right? Maybe Dr. Fade is also going to be coming. Maybe Dr. T and so many doctors. And Dr. Fatima, maybe she's going to also teach on the kids. So it's going to be powerful group of people that you come and learn. Like people that turn from geologists to become a cybersecurity director. I mean, come on. Like somebody like me, an economist, a chartered accountant, turned the vice president of technology, teaching AI cybersecurity. How? And then we did not have to go back to college. More, it's been a minute. Welcome in. So now let's quickly, and I'll quickly use this to wrap it up. Real estate is your wealth accelerator. I call it the wealth engine, right? What else can I call it? The money maker, right? You know, this is the wealth engine, and that's the reason why the multimillionaires and billionaires, they have their investments in it. Can we power tap? Can we power tap? I know we are locked in. Joseph A, Bayobi, Darlington, TL, Alfred, Stanley, Clinical Pathway, Remy, Gil, Adura, Clara, Stephanie Bonds, Bates. Let's tap out the live. Let's share out the live. I know we are all locked in. Now I know we are definitely locked in. Share out the live. Invite your friends. And if you haven't followed, check the button to make sure that you are followed. If you haven't followed, do that. Get your daily at me as well. And for those that have gotten their daily at me, make sure you claim your daily at me points. I think you get about 30 points for it costs you 1 cent, but you get 30 points as well. And of course, turn on the notification bell, because I have pop-ups like this. I'm typically here between 12:30 and 1 p.m. Central Time, but I have pop-ups like this. So you want to follow, turn on the notification bell as well, so you know whenever I'm live, and you can come and learn, right? And so beyond investing, real estate would give you, this is way more, right? Real estate, you see, the stock market gives you what? 14%, 20%, 30%. But real estate gives you way more. Real estate, Debs Digital, welcome in. Real estate will give you, it pays you, I tell you, it pays you 6 different ways. And you're wondering, what does this mean? Yes, it actually pays 6 different ways. Remember, I talked about taxes, right? Taxes. With taxes, you can reduce, what do we mean by taxes? How does it pay you when we talk about taxes? How does it pay you? You see all those interest, 7% that you're avoiding with taxes. When it becomes investment properties, you use it to reduce your W2 in how much you're paying back. Your HOA, your repairs, give something called is depreciation. So the rate at which, even though we know that property goes up, property with real estate, it goes in the books, it says it goes down, because it says it depreciates by 30 years, right? Depreciating, it can be using, reducing, balancing, or using a straight line value, right? You know, it depreciates by 30 years. So it means that every single year, it means that you can claim, maybe let's say the property is 30,000, 300,000. It means that every single year you can claim like $10,000 every single year to reduce this property value. Basically, that's what it means. That means, you know, just the same way you get tax children's credit, children's credit and all of that. That's the same way you would use it to reduce how much you're paying. So far, you have your LLC, because you have, you know, the business side, and you have your W2. That's how you reduce it. So depreciation is there. Things like, okay, you make a purchase. Let's say you make a purchase of how to buy real estate in 90 days, right? That fees, or you do mentorship, we talk about real estate, that fees, that professional fees, you claim it back, you use it to reduce your taxes. Things like travels, if you talk about real estate, you talk about businesses and all of that, when you travel, you're able to reduce it. Those are things that the multi-millionaire, you see them drive, go on a private jet. You think that private jet is totally their cost? No, they are using it because they say it's business, right? As a matter of fact, I bought a car, so far the car is over 9,000 pounds, you can use it to reduce your taxes. So far, it's on the business side. Can you do that on the just W2 or your 9 to 5? You cannot, unfortunately. That's the difference. That's why you want to move from being an earner to the ownership category. Own at least one real estate. Start with one, then grow it, right? I personally, I call myself a serial investor because I own and manage double-digit real estate portfolio. That's what I own, and I manage it as well. So if you want somebody that's seen the good, bad, and the ugly, I will tell you. And those are part of the things you will find in my ebook, the Wealth Blueprint, a path to financial freedom, right? You'll find it right there. And my course on how to buy real estate in 90 days. 90 days is what you take. Down payment, your credit, and of course, the 90 days period. It's not like the stock market that you are buying. You can open the account and buy it right, by tomorrow and all of that. Real estate requires time, 30 days, 90 days, right? You want to know everything about that. Get the self-paced course, right? It's 4-module course, and it's going to help you to tell you everything that you need right there. So, I talked about taxes. The other thing is cash flow. You buy a property, you use the P5. Thank you for tapping out the live, sharing of the live. Can we get it to 10,000 at least? And if every one of us start tapping non-stop, it costs you nothing. Just tap the screen non-stop. It's going to, we have more people in here, and of course, it also helps our daily ranking as well. Get the gift gallery, share out the live. Follow if you haven't followed, and of course you want to be back again, because we have so many things planned for you to help you to build wealth. So having said that, Star, welcome in. Thank you for tapping out the live. Let's get it to 10,000. Can we get it to 10,000? Can we get it to 10,000 taps? Can we all tap it out? Can we tap it out? And I would start talking about those other 5. So we only talked about taxes right now. Joseph, Bayobi, Darlington, Alfred, Stanley, Deb, Stephanie, Clinical, Remy, Geopard, Winner. Oh, we're all winners. Clara, Nikita, Adura, Best Things. Can we all tap out the live? Let's get it to 10,000. And then we'll talk about the other 5. We'll talk about the other 5. All right. Thank you so much for doing that. Let's get it to 10,000. Then we'll talk about the other 5. So we talked about taxes already. Then there are other 5 ways. We want to know, let's tap out the live. Let's get it to at least 10,000. And, even when we get to 10,000, let's not stop. Let's keep doing that. All right. Thank you so much for doing that. I'm seeing that we are all power tapping. Thank you so much for doing that. And also, if you haven't gotten your daily admin, get that as well. Get your daily admin. Costs you 1 cent. Right, it is also used. Thank you so much for the repost. Thank you so much for doing that, Clara. And if you want us, for those that let me see, Bayobi and Joseph, you can put a comment. For those on the top ranking, put a comment as well. Bayobi, Joseph, Darlington, JQ, I've put a comment as well. P5. Put a comment in so that I can pin us and we can all get connected as well, right? That's part of you being a family, $1 Million League. And everyone put a comment and I will pin each and every one of us and we can connect as well. And we talk about the remaining 5. Thank you all for tapping out the live. Thank you for doing that. We're almost at 10,000. Teachings are very, absolutely. Absolutely. Great. And please connect with Joseph. Connect with Joseph right there. Right. Connect with Joseph right. Oh, awesome. Idris Ma. Thank you so much for following and welcome to the family of the millionaires. Awesome. Thank you so much for the gift. Awesome. Great. And who was the other person on the list? Bayobi also put a comment and I will pin you. Guys, connect with Joseph right there. Is also a part of this community and is doing, is been giving so much comments as well. interacting. And for everyone that is interacting, you're tapping out the like the P5 put a comment. The CCRN put a comment, Sierra put a comment, and I would all pin us from 1 minute. So, and let's keep tapping out that we are almost at 10,000. Can we get to 10,000? Can we get to 10,000? Then we talk about the other five. Hey, Mr. Gregory, welcome in. How are you doing? Let's get to the 10,000 and then we'll talk about the other five. Let's get to 10,000 taps. Let's power tap, everyone. Let's power tap. Let's get it to 10,000. We can all do it. We can do it. And if you're wondering how to tap, it means just, it doesn't cost you anything. Just touch the screen, non-stop, touch the screen. That is how it shows the algorithm. That's the only thing. Yes, you find this valuable. That's the only way the algorithm knows that you found this valuable. And we'll be wrapping up in about 7 minutes. We'll be wrapping up in about 7 minutes. I'm going to be wrapping up with the 5. We talked about one of it, right? How real estate pays you, why you should have real estate, right? Why you should have real estate. And that is what we're going to be talking about, the remaining 5. We're almost at 10,000, but let's not stop beyond even 10,000. Let's keep tapping out the live. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for that. Also, get your daily admin. Yes, we get there. Get your daily admin. Share out the live. Invite your friend. Follow if you check if you have not followed so that you can follow as well. And for everyone tapping, also put a comment so that I can pin you up there and we can connect each other. So we talked about taxes. At least you know that with your taxes, you need to. With your taxes, if you're making good income, there's no even discussion. You should have real estate. You should have it in your portfolio. Aside, now the other part of it is cash flow, right? That's the other way real estate pays you. So you get money from IRS. Then the other thing is, the other second thing is cash flow. What does cash flow mean? You think about it, you buy the property using the bank's money, and then every time you get a tenant in there and the tenant pays you every single month. That's it. When the tenant pays you, you pay the when the tenant pays you, you pay your what's it called? You pay your mortgage, and of course you still have money left. Pay your mortgage, you still have something left. That is what cash flow is, right? So the mortgage, exactly. You pay your mortgage, then you have something left. That's how it works, right? That difference, let's say you get your rent is at 3,000 or it's 2,000, your mortgage is 1,500. The difference between it is $500 difference. That is cash flow for you. That 500 is cash flow for you. Then the other thing is that every single time that you pay that 1,500 to the bank, that is you reducing your mortgage, right? That's reducing your loan, but reducing your loan, but at the same time, you are increasing your ownership in that property. That's something called equity, right? You every single time. So think about it. You pay 1,500, the property is 300,000. You pay 1,500 every single month. That is in 1 year, that is maybe 15,000. If you do it for 10 years, that's about 150,000. Of course, you're paying interest and some other things, escrow and all of that, right? That is almost saying that, okay, you have about 150,000 in equity in that property, basically. And then that's the second, it means that, and you're wondering, okay, but this money is there because I'm not selling the property until I sell the property. No, you can do cash out refinance, you can do e-lock, you can do e-loan. There's so many of them methods that you can actually use, and you can use it to reduce your, take out the money, go buy another property, use it for another asset. We're not using it for liabilities. Yes, we're not using it. So you can take out money, cash out refinance, take equity line of credit, and of course, right there. That's the way it works. Then the other thing that you can also do, the third, so we talked about taxes, we talked about cash flow, we talked about equity. Now the next one is appreciation. Just like rule of 72 when it comes to stock. Rule of 72, stocks would double its value, or smart investing. S&P 500, even at less than 8%, your money doubles in 7 years. With real estate, your property doubles in 10 years. As a matter of fact, ours that we had has doubled itself in less than 9 years, right? Some doubles depending on the neighborhood, the A, B, C, D, right? Depending on the neighborhood, there's so many factors. Did you buy it right? Did you buy it too expensive? That's what's going to determine if it doubles its value. But ideally, it will double its value in 10 years. So appreciation is the other part where it gets you paid. It means that the property you buy if you buy property now, by 2036, that property, let's say the property is 300,000, by 2036 it should be $600,000. So aside the fact that you have cash out, remember, in 10 years you would have probably paid maybe 150,000 or whatever, right? You have that, meaning you have equity because you are using other person's money. Then on top of that, you are also still having cash flow. That's the other part of it. So those are the ways, right? That's why I said real estate, you can't even do without it whenever we're talking about wealth building. So that's the fourth one, appreciation. Then the other part of it, right? Remember, we said we're using IRS money, right? All those tax, all those HOA taxes, or we are paying you back repairs, they are paying you back. So you are using IRS money. You are using the bank's money heavily. Thank you for tapping out the light, sharing out the light. You are using the bank's money heavily because the bank is going to give you a down payment, right? The major, you only bring down payment. You are bringing just 3.5% if you are using FHA loan. And you are doing house hacking. If you are doing investment account, you're bringing 20%. So you are bringing 20%. The bank is financing 80%. It means that you are using other people's money, right? A property of 200,000, it simply means that you are bringing 40,000 plus closing costs, maybe like 45,000. If you are bringing 20%, for the same value, you're probably bringing 10,000. If you are using FHA loan and you are still owning 200,000. In terms of SWOT, welcome in. So what does that simply mean? It simply means that you are having a lot of leverage, right? Trust me, if you want to do it in the stock market, you better have that money in the bank account before you say that you can invest, right? Before you say you can invest 200,000. But real estate, you can with 20,000. Tiffany, welcome in. How are you doing? Right? You can simply invest, right? Just with 20%, just with 3%, 5%. There's VA loan, there are different kind of loan, conventional FHA that you can actually use like the leverage and start building your real estate portfolio and start building wealth. So that is you use other people's money. And guess what? You also use the tenant's money. Who is paying back those loans? That 80%. It's not you. It's the tenant's money. So a lot of use of other people's money are actually right there. And I was telling, Joseph was asking out there, can I invest from zero and become a millionaire earlier? You can also use other people's money to even get that down payment, right? Use other people's money, but there is also legwork. There's some other strategy like BR strategy, like wholesaling that you can, with zero you're out of your pocket. So far you find a good deal. Creative financing, there's so many methods that you can actually use. Moving silence, welcome in. Thank you for tapping out the light, sharing out the light, right there, using other people's money. And lastly is leverage with 200,000, like bringing 20% down, you can control $1 million. $1 million. Because all that you need to acquire $1 million asset is just 20%. 200,000 is what you need. That's even investment. If it's FHA, you even need less than that. That's the beauty of real estate. That is the beauty that comes with, real estate, because you can that's 6 different ways. So, and guess what? Your return on your investment is on 1 million, is not on 200,000. That's the beauty of it. Your wealth, aside the fact that you have access of 1 million, your return on investment is on 1 million, not on the 200,000. Does that sink? No, think about it. With stock in the stock market, with 200,000, your return on investment will be on 200,000 because you are not having a lot of leverage. But when it comes to real estate, your return on investment is going to be on 1 million because your down payment with just the same 200,000. Let's assume you only have 200,000. If you put 200,000 in ETF, right? 200,000 in ETF, basically what you are basically is your return on investment is going to be on the 200,000 because that's all that you can invest. But then if you put it into real estate, your return on investment is going to be on 1 million because all that you need to start investing, like an investment property is 200, it's 20% down. That's the beauty of real estate. A lot of leverage. That's why you hear some people, they would say, and they would say that, oh, you know what, there's something called net worth, right? There's something called I'm what in terms of asset, this is what I'm what, and there's something called net worth. Yes, the net worth might be 200,000, but in terms of asset, you have 1 million. And then all that you have to do is who pays that 800,000? That's the other question. Because yes, 800,000, and I'm going far, but I'm trying to open our mind, right? When it comes to real estate, right? Because I could use 100,000, but I'm just trying to, that 800,000 difference that you are now seeing in terms of leverage or loan, right? Who pays it off? It is your tenant pays it off. So think about, you buy a multi-unit or you buy individual single family home, you buy 5 of it, you have 5 tenants in there. Who pays that 800,000 off? It's the tenant that pays it off, not you. And that's the beauty of it. And you go get all the benefit. Who is the owner? It's you. That's the beauty of real estate, that at times when people are saying, oh, real estate, this, yeah. As a matter of fact, I have had 3 evictions. I did have 3 evictions for the first time last year. But why am I still stuck? In short, as a matter of fact, that last year, we still bought another property. Why? Because I have seen the beauty, right, of real estate, right? It's because it's going to give you generational. I'm never going to sell. Never sell it. But guess what? I will take leverage. Guess what? The property that is already doubled its value that I talked about. Guess what? If I want to buy a property right now, I can literally take all my money out, the entire money out, because it's already doubled its value. And who paid? It's almost paid off. Who paid? The tenant. So that's the beauty of it. And see, these are the little things, right? When it comes to when it comes to wealth building, your income will not do this. And on top of that, just to also bust your bubbles, on top of that, know that I am also claiming tax deductions. It's giving me tax deduction. We are not even talking about the leverage. It's giving me tax benefit. The fact that I own real estate, IRS is paying me. As a matter of fact, with a vice president income, you know what that is, vice president in technology. You know what, you can have an idea of what that is. And associate and also a professor teaching AI cybersecurity. With that income, with some other things, I still got over $20,000 this year back from IRS. Why? Trust me, some people do not make half of that income and they are paying back IRS. I am not. They're giving money back. That's because I own double the gauge real estate in portfolio. So those are the, guess that 20,000, where does it go into? It goes into, if I decide to say that we want to grow again, want to do another down payment for another property, that's it right there. Then I increase my portfolio, then I do it again. So it's either I give the money to IRS or I keep it to use it for investment. And that's how money grows. Trust me, your income will not do that for you. And that's why it is, we always say that move from being, you would have heard this, maybe you do not know the reason. When they say move from being an earner to the ownership category, that's what it means. That's how you build wealth. Then whenever I say your savings will not build you wealth, and you're wondering, what's Dr. Lina saying? Yes, I'm saving. What does that mean? Yes, it will not build you wealth. Think about it. 6 different paychecks right now. 6. That's it. That's how you build wealth. And you want to learn everything about what I've just said. Everything. You found it valuable. Have you found it valuable? Put 1, right? Everything I've said, because we are wrapping up right now. Put 1, right? Put 1. Hey, Andrew, welcome in. You found this valuable. Put 1 in the comment. Put 1. You have found this valuable, and tap off the live, share out the live, put 1. You have found this valuable, put 1. It's not valuable. Money Talk with Dr. Lina. Yes, Joseph said 1. Sierra at Money, you said 1. Andres, Joseph said 1. Oh, just one person said 1. Biopi, Joseph, Darlington, JHQ, Swan, AR Fred, Suzu, Clara Suarez, Comfort, Adrura, Stephanie, Clinical Gearpa. And I've seen so many people that have been here from the beginning. So good to have all of you. You guys have just been so amazing. Remember to get your daily admin. Remember to do that. Tap out the like. Check if you haven't followed. I know that I make that mistake at times. I will enjoy something and I will forget to follow. So don't forget. Check if you have not followed. Click the follow button right now. Get your daily at me so that you can also be a part of the $1,000,000 League. Like you see Joseph, you see the MDL right there in front of his name. That is $1,000,000 League. Sierra said also said one, right? Oh, SMC, SM Path also just followed. Welcome to being a part of the $1,000,000 League family. Congratulations. Yes, you are now part of the millionaires. Congratulations to you, Assam. That is the first step to that your $1,000,000 status. First step to it. So proud and congratulations to each and every one of us. Let's tap out the live. Can we get it to 15,000 as we wrap out the live? If you have found this valuable, put one, right? And who wants to know, who would start thinking of putting real estate in his portfolio? You must put real estate in your portfolio, put one. You want to put real estate in your portfolio, put one. Or you would like to know how to put real estate in your portfolio. All right, Alfred said one. Yeah, perfect. You want to know how to put real estate. Darlington said one. Great, awesome. Okay, Sierra said one. Okay, perfect. You're all right, JQHQ. Joseph said one. Perfect. All right. So I guess the other people don't want to, they do not like 6 paychecks. They do not like 6 paycheck because I tell you, there is no reason why you should not have real estate in your. Otherwise, you continue to work and remain on the hamster wheel. Do that 9 to 5. Right? I love good things. I've been to 22 countries. My goal is to travel the world. And that's why I do what I do. Grind it, right? Grind hard. So that because everybody's goals are different. My own goals are huge. And because of that, I need to do something differently. I need to ensure that, I build wealth, right? Wealth, not to oppress others, but just to fulfill my goals, help as many people, bless as many people, teach as many people, and that's my goal. Let's keep tapping out the line. Let's get it to 15,000. So if you want to learn, right? You want to learn, real estate is one, businesses is one, because always remember, it's more like a trail. As a matter of fact, it's like a 4 pillar. It starts with the income, high income. 2 is your smart investing. 3 is real estate. 4 is your businesses. We want to diversify. I always say that one income is close to no income. One stream of income is close to no stream of income. So you want to have your income, make it as high as possible. And at the same time, you want to have real smart investing, right? Because that's going to help you build capital, right? Then the last one is for you, right, to also have your real estate. Real estate is your wealth engine. And then as your real estate portfolio is growing, of course, if it gets to a certain point, you have 50 houses, you have 100 houses. Do you even want to do that? You want to also diversify into businesses. So like the laundromat, who says that all you have to do in McDonald's is that you love that fries? Why, if you love that fries, why don't you just buy the whole McDonald's? Right, buy it as a company. Whenever, always think like an owner, right? You like Apple, buy Apple stocks. You like McDonald's a lot, right? You love it a lot. Then buy the franchise. Those are things that we talk about. Laundromat, all of those things, vending machines, those are the other pillars that we talk about here. So real estate, you want to learn about real estate, you would find, and I would show you where to get it, how to buy real estate in 90 days. It requires 3 things from you. It requires your credit, because that's what is going to show your credibility with the lender. It requires your credibility, how to build your credit, right? The financing option, you want to know, are you in the military? There's VA loan, there's FHA loan, there's conventional loan, there's investment loan. How can you don't have the down payment, how can you get the down payment? Like strategies, right? You are in cities where properties are super expensive. The methods that you can use. What are the different kind of real estate properties, right? It's not just single family home days. How can you 10x your money with real estate? Those are questions that comes to mind. mind. How can you test it? So things like group home, you don't have to do single family home and do long term. There's so many strategies, right, that you can use that you can 10x your money when it comes to real estate. And the big elephant in the room, property management, right? You've heard stories of people saying, oh, you know what? Yeah, the tenant has been there for 6 months and they have not paid me. For where? How? It means that your property manager is not doing a good job. Or why are you even using a property manager? I own and manage double-digit real estate portfolio, and I still manage it by myself. And God help my tenant do not pay within. You would pay. I mean, even if you do not pay, you are out. I told you, eviction is already on your door. Notice to pay. Day 3. By day 7, we are already out there. By less than 30 days, you are out of the house. And of course, I have the security deposit to keep to fund that one. We clean the place up. We'll move on to the next good qualified tenant. Bad radiance to rubbish, right? So that's it. So if all of those things that you fear when it comes to this is what I've dealt with, right? It's what I've dealt with. And so you don't have to, I'll teach you and everything property management. The other thing is that, oh, you know what? I don't want to be a plumber and tell you things that people say. I don't want to be a plumber. I don't want to be the one cleaning my toilet for my tenant. I don't want to be changing bulbs and whatever. Why would you want to do that? That's because you have not put structure in place. So how do you have structures in place? Maybe you are dealing with that right now. It might be your case. Dr. Fatima, welcome in. You might be dealing with that right now. Okay, now you have met Dr. Lina. I'll tell you how you will do it, whereby you realize that you see that you were going to do your property management seamlessly. Emphasis on seamlessly. Yes, I'm not saying that it's going to be easy. If it's so easy, trust me, there'll be millions on the street. I mean, a lot of people from Africa always think that, we pluck money on the tree, right? Yeah, of course. I mean, let me know where that tree is because I want to pluck there, right, as well. Uh, so since we already know that it doesn't work that way, for every money or for everything that you do, right, it requires some effort, right? But with the right tools, with the right information, with the right knowledge, right, you will be able to succeed, right? Dr. Cheney, welcome in, right? You will be able to succeed. And that's why I teach. And that's everything you're going to be fine. You will find you want to learn how to buy real estate 90 days. So it requires 3 things: 90 days, the down payment, your credit, and of course, education. 90 days is all that it takes. 90 days is all that it is. As a matter of fact, one person that did a one-on-one, one of my clients that did one-on-one, she was saying that, oh, her down payment is going to take her 5 years. That's why she cannot buy real estate. But as a matter of fact, when we were done, she's buying her real estate, her property by the end of this year. So she's going to become a landlord just with her own income, not even with the spouse income. Those are the things that you would learn from here. So you want to learn how to buy real estate, get your own real estate, and get the 6 paychecks, right? 6 paychecks. Let me show you how to go about it. So you go here, and if you have not followed, follow right now. Tap out the like, share the like. You see right here, go on nestu.me, click on it, and you would find it. Click on open anyway, and you will find the self-paced course right here. This is a self-paced course that would help you understand how to buy real estate in 90 days. 90 days is all that it takes. 90 days. I tell you from how to identify a property, how to identify that, okay, this is a good deal within 5 minutes, right? Whenever I'm buying a property, rule of thumb is I'm buying it at 80% of the value. And you'll be like, Dr. Lina, what are you talking about? Yes, because I have a strategy that I use to buy. And you will find that strategy in the course. It's a self-paced course, right? If there's any money that you can spend and invest in yourself, that is the cheapest amount that you would use to be able to understand how to buy real estate from start to finish. Because under 5 minutes, you will be able to identify, is this a good deal or is it a bad deal? Because I'm too busy. I really do not have the time. I really don't have the time. I need to be able to, before I move from my seat, right? I want to know, Is this a good deal or is it a bad deal? That's it. Under 5 minutes. Remember, whenever I'm buying, remember I said that I'm buying it at 80% of the value. So it means that I am not the only one that is looking at it because it's a fantastic deal. So I need to be able to move quicker than every other person to understanding that it's a good deal, right? So I need to do it under 5 minutes to be able to determine that. Everything, how to determine that you would find it in the course. And then the other part of it is one of the biggest mistakes people make is in terms of you buy property in the wrong neighborhood. That's the other thing. They buy property, they don't buy it right. So the pricing, number one is the pricing. How do you know it's a good deal? You would find it in the cost. Everything. You don't have, the other thing is, how do you know that, okay, this property is going to appreciate or not appreciate? You will find it because there's something, there are different categories of property. There's neighborhood A, B, C, D, right? If you, I typically play in the BC. You want to know what the BC means, right? Right? There's white collar, there's blue collar. You know, you want to know where I play. Why this is better than the other, you will find it in the cost as well. Because those are the determinants to see why is this property going to appreciate in 10 years and you find some other property in 20 years they're not appreciating. And you have another property that appreciates and doubles its value in 7 years. As a matter of fact, Olebs was telling us how our property appreciated in value, doubled its value in 7 years. Mine is appreciating in 8.5 years. As a matter of fact, ours is appreciating in 8.5 years. And guess what? That's because we bought in the right neighborhood. How do you determine the right neighborhood? That's it. You are outside of the country, or you are in a place like Canada, you are in New York, you're in California's property is super high. How do you still invest? Understanding that there's this bottleneck that is still there. Those are things that you would also learn, with in that course. It's a self-paced course. It's 4 modules, module 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? Right there. That is what is going to get, because you want to understand, you want to get those 6 paychecks. You want to get those 6 paychecks. That's how you get it, right? Understand that. And like I said, it's the smallest amount. Whenever I did my own training years ago, about 14 years ago, I started investing in real estate about that time, because I just lost money. I lost money in the stock market. All of those kind of things. And no, it was the 529. 529 was not working for me, right? Before the kids. And I said, okay, there has to be a better way. And that's how I started investing in real estate for the first time. And then I lost money in the stock market, and I translated everything into real estate. And guess what? It's built us millions of dollars since then. And those are everything that you would learn in that course. Is a 4-course module, module 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you want to learn how to manage your real estate, right? Without being a slave to your tenant, without, evictions and all of that. And if eviction happens, what should you do? You'll find it in the course as well. Everything about real estate from start to finish. How can you 10x your money with real estate? You'll find that there too as well. Those are the things that you'll find in the course. And I'll show you one more time. It costs you, I always say invest in yourself. As a matter of fact, I paid $1,000 about 16, how many years ago? How many years ago now that I started investing? That's when I lost, I figured that I needed to get education, because I cannot gamble with the kids' money. Remember, it's 529, they're 529 converting it to real estate. And that's how I started investing in real estate. And I'll show you again. Go here, you would see it right here. Click on nestu.me, and of course, go in here, open anyway, and you will find it right here. It is buy your rental property in 90 days, even with a 9-to-5. And I was doing all of this with a 9-to-5. With a 9-to-5, managing double-digit real estate portfolio. So you get it right there, 9-to-5, how to buy your real estate in 90 days. And then the other one, and don't forget to get your Wealth Building Academy. That is free. It is free, but registration is required. It tells you everything, how to buy from the beginning to the end, right? Beginning to the end of the 4 pillars of wealth creation. That's what it's going to teach. It's not going to go to in-depth of smart investing or real estate, but we're going to talk about the breadth. But we're going to go into depth of income, how to increase your income. So you want to get to that 6-figure salary, which is part of the requirement for the $1 Million League, like, because that's what gets you started. We want to start with that. Then we'll talk about the financial foundation. Those are the key things, and we are bringing so many different doctors, right, of different experts in different areas. That's what they're coming in to come teach us, right, in June. So get it. It's free, but registration is required. So I want to ask you the question. Be honest. Do you have an emergency fund, right? Are you investing while carrying debt, right? What's your biggest money stress right now? Foundation or investing, which one are you focused on, right? Which one are you focused on? Foundation or investing? So you don't need to respond to me, right? But if you have found this valuable, put one in the comment. We'll be wrapping up the live right now. Let's tap out the live, share the live. All right? But most importantly, understand one thing. If all that you do, if you are not investing, right, you are losing money to inflation, right? And if you are investing, right, if you are basically investing and you're not taking care of your foundation, you see that you're financially stressed. Okay, you see that you're financially stressed. So Dugo Wealth, welcome in. How are you doing? Nelson, welcome in. User, welcome in. We're wrapping up right now. You want to follow, you want to turn on the notification bell. I am here typically between 12:30 lunchtime, 12:30 to between 12:30 and 1 thereabouts Central Time. So you want to turn on the notification. But I have pop-ups like this where I come to just teach whenever I'm free, just so to bless people. And if you're just meeting me, I'm Dr. Lina. I'm Doctor of Business, and I help you turn your income, that your 9 to 5 income, into real wealth. Because if all that you do with your income is you are just spending it and you are just not using it to build wealth, you're not investing it, then you realize that you stay stuck. And that might be the reason why you're not financially free. So you want to learn how to buy. Oh, Fatima, welcome to the party. And of course, congratulations on joining the $1 Million League. Thank you for tapping out the live, sharing out the live. You want to be back again as we're wrapping up right now. I'm a doctor of business and technology. I'm a wealth coach. And of course, I'm a serial investor with double-digit real estate portfolio. I've been investing for close to 2 decades. I smart invest. I've lost money, I've gained money, and of course, I now know where. Oh, good morning, good morning. So good to have you. Thank you all for getting your daily at me. Look at the gift gallery. Do whatever you can do as well. Do your Go Popular. Tap out the live, share the live, invite your friends. Show love, and most importantly, if you want to start having your six income paychecks from real estate, get the how to buy real estate in 90 days. If you want something that is personal for yourself, you get your one-on-one. Oh, thank you so much for the daily at me, Destiny, and thank you so much for the follow. So good to have you. And as you're going as well, if you're all getting your daily at me, make sure that you claim back your points. It's 30, I think it's 30 points. Claim it. So to claim out your points, do Go Populars. And I just want to make sure that you are taken care of. Make sure you claim your points. In case you don't know, you'll find it right there. Claim your 30 points right there. Thank you for being here, tapping out the live. So you want to learn how to buy real estate in 90 days. As a matter of fact, if you are making good income, you want to have real estate in your portfolio. You want to have it. It's not for the fun or it's not the pride of it. That's how you get tax advantages. That's how you accelerate your wealth, right? That is how you accelerate your wealth. So you want to make sure that you get the 90 days. You'll find it in my bio. Next you / Money Talk with Dr. Lina. You see it right there. Get it. It's one of the cheapest thing that you would have. Oh, and Joseph has watched for 100 minutes. Yay, Joseph. Well done, well done. You've been here longer enough. Yeah. Nightcrawler, so good to have you. Night. And we're wrapping up right now. So get your, you want to learn, as a matter of fact, I teach 4 pillars. One is how to increase your income without going back to college or, taking simple certification, taking free certification that will help you increase your income by tens of thousands. You want to learn that there's the Wealth Building Academy, where we are bringing professionals from different walks of life. In June, registration is required. It's free, but registration is required. So register for that. It's free. You'll find the link in my bio right there. And I'll show you one more time, just so as I talk through these pillars and as we wrap up the life, right? So good to have everyone here tonight. So you'll find it right here. Click on it. This is my bio. It's going to look different on the phone. Click it here. Thank you so much for that, Joseph. So click on it right here. And of course, it's going to bring you right here. Click on open anyway. So you want to learn how to increase your income. There is the Wealth Building Academy. It's going to be a live training. Registration is required. We've done trainings every single month for this quarter. We did the Smart Investing Workshop. We did real estate training, right? As well, all free, and all of them, they were like almost 100, or they were above 100 people registered. So you'd want to take advantage of it while we still have it right here now, because once the class is full, it's full. And trust me, the class is getting filled up already. And because we have so many other speakers that are coming in, bringing their own community, so it's going to even fill up quicker. And once we get to that capacity, it's gone. So take advantage of that while still on. You want to learn how to start buying real stock the right way. ETFs, everything about ETF, index funds, which one should you buy? How do you open the account? Automation, all of that. That is the second pillar that I teach, and you would find it right here. The Smart Investing Workshop. Everything such that by tomorrow, as you're getting your paycheck, you have been wanting to invest. This is it right here. You've been wanting to invest. You don't know how to go about it. Get this course right there for you, and you learn everything. And I tell you, you come back to me tomorrow in the life and you say, Dr. Lina, I bought my first ETF, right? Once you do this, I think it's one module or two modules right there. You can already see the review right there to see how good it is. So take it. You want to start investing, start from here. As a matter of fact, start from Smart Investing, and because it returns between, as a matter of fact, like S&P 500 return 14 to 15%. You don't know how to open the account. You don't know which one should you buy. You don't know how to go about it. Step by step, you find it right there. With the trends and the data, you find it right there. Here, the $1 Million League, you want your mentorship, right? Mentorship. You want to, you need 90 days. You want an holding. This one, I take about 3 people every month. And once we have the 3 people, that's it. I can't take more than that because it requires an holding. So you want to buy real estate, you want to, 90 days, right? Multiple sessions with me. You want to, you want an holding, right? Everything. You want to buy real estate, but you are too scared. You want, right? All of those things. Mentorship is right there for you. But then you know that, okay, you can handle these things by yourself. You don't even have an idea of real estate at all, but you want to start investing. There is the course, 4-module course that you can, it's a course, right? That you can do it's a 4-module, it's a self-paced course that you can actually do right there, study, and it's going to help you understand how to buy real estate in 90 days. I tell you, people always think that, it takes forever to buy real estate. No, 90 days is all that it takes. 90 days, right? With your good credit, a decent credit, which you can actually build within that 90 days, with your down payment, which even if you have zero, right, it tells you the strategy you can use, right? Then most importantly, the understanding and the knowledge, you would find that right there, and you should get it. You want to get real estate, you want to start having that 6 paychecks, right? Taxes and all of those things, property management, you find it right there. And my ebook, you are just starting, you don't even know how to get started. You are too afraid. You find it right there. This one right now is even at a discount right now, is at $9.99. It costs you nothing, right? It's a 10-page. I made it so quick. 6 figures, yes. Make it so quick so that you can definitely just start. Read it today and complete it by tomorrow, and start investing by tomorrow. There's a reason why it's a 10-pager, right? Start it right there. It tells you everything that you need to know, everything that you need to know to kickstart your investing journey. And the last one is one-on-one consultation right there. For you, you want to learn, you want a consultation where you have your 1 hour, where you at the end of the day you have your own personalized wealth blueprint. The two we had the wealth blueprint, and I'll show you a review. Oh, I think it's on this other phone. I need to transfer to the other phone where would let me see if I can share. How do I share? Let's see. How do I share? Let's see. How can I share? Uh, let's see. Let's see. I just wanted to share the review. Mm, mm, mm. It's an AI wallpaper. Let's see. Free camera. I need to figure out this. Yeah, I was going to show the. Okay, give me 1 second. I'll pause for a second so that I can send it to my other phone, and you guys can see it. Oh, guys, sorry. I'm trying to, and I'll be back. You guys are still here. You guys are just so amazing. Right. You guys are just so amazing. I'm trying to get it into my other phone so that I can show you. And I'm still trying to get it done. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to get it done.